Alright. Kia ora, kia ora, kia ora, everybody. Right. I think we're all set up. We're a little chaos. Because this was a bit impromptu. Let's go to the chatting screen. Then I can move that up out of the way. Kia ora. Hi, Veedy. Hello, hello. Hello, anyone that might be out there lurking or watching this later on as a VOD. But kia ora. My hair is a mess. Are we surprised? No. Oh, it's already annoying me. We'll get it up. But yes, surprise, we're live. I was not expecting to go live today. I was not expecting to be live anytime soon. Yeah, but I am actually feeling really good. And I was like, well, I'm just going to sit here and colour anyway. So, like, why don't we just go live and say hi to everybody? Because we're feeling really good. So why not? So yeah, that's why I was like, okay, well, we're an hour late than I would normally start. So I don't know if we'll get the regulars. I don't know if anyone will see the message. I don't know, but I figured why not? We'll go live and we'll say hi to everybody, and hopefully people roll in as they roll in. And yeah, normally we would be live an hour ago, but yeah, I was walking an hour ago. I went for a walk around the block, which is part of my gentle exercise and stuff like that. You like my hair? Thank you. I find it very fluffy today, and some days I don't like it touching me. Some days I'm like, it has to be back off the face, so my hair has to be long enough that I can tie it back entirely because I don't like it loose. But then I like it quite a bit shorter, I'm finding. It's easier to maintain, that's for sure. So it's almost at a point where I can chop some more off again. So yeah, it's also freshly washed because I washed it before the surgery. It's not freshly washed, it was washed a week ago, but my hair goes like several weeks without a wash because it's so dry. So yeah. But yes, we are, tomorrow will be 1 week post-surgery. So I'm 1 week post-op. So I know I'm going to get a lot of questions about this throughout the stream, but basically I'm doing fabulously. I went in first, I was first stop of the day. So one of the first ones in. And yeah, it was really straightforward pre-op. The biggest thing was that they kept missing my veins to put the IV lines in, which I knew would happen because I'm a difficult bleed anyway. I have difficult veins, so they got there in the end. But the anaesthetist that was putting them in was cracking up laughing because he's like, oh my god, I feel so bad. It's like, don't worry about it. Like, I work for a lab. I am the tester when we need to practice difficult bleeds. Like, it's fine. I'm used to people missing me, and I was also dehydrated because I wasn't allowed to drink anything, so I knew my veins were already going to be horrendous, and then you add in dehydration. So yeah, I wasn't nervous going into the surgery at all. I haven't had any nerves about it. The thing that made me the most nervous about the surgery was getting a catheter, because I didn't like the idea of having a catheter, but it's part and parcel of it. But yeah, so we went in for the surgery, and really straightforward. Everything's away for testing right now, so I don't know anything yet. It's still going to be tested for a while, but yeah, really straightforward. Got everything out, and then I went to recovery, woke up really quickly. They had they were worried, being my size, they were worried about my breathing, which is something that they worry about for all bigger patients, because it's dangerous. The bigger you are going under, it can be more difficult to raise you up. So they had ICU on hand for me, and I didn't even go near ICU. I wasn't worried about ICU. I know my breathing, because again, I like the boxing game that I was playing before surgery. I could do that for 40 minutes to an hour straight of continuous punching and exercise. So I'm aware of my lung capacity. So I knew breathing wouldn't be an issue for me, but of course I understood why they were wanting to be prepared and stuff like that. So yeah, I didn't go anywhere near ICU or any of the fancy stuff that they had. Smoot, hello. We're just talking about surgery. I'm doing good. That's the TLDR. I'm doing really good. But yeah, surgery was straightforward, really quick. Barely bled at all, barely anything. They were like, you were like textbook perfect. Really straightforward. The worst part about the surgery was when I woke up, I had a catheter. And as I said, the catheter was the one part I was the most nervous about, because I was like, oh, I don't like the sound of the catheter. When they put a catheter in you, it's a tube, and then it inflates, and it stops things like coming out, and then it takes the liquid out for you, right? Sometimes when they inflate it, it can inflate in a certain area that pinches on a nerve that tells your bladder that it's full. And I'm talking that full that is so full, it is painful full. And unfortunately, that's where my catheter was located. And so I woke up in the recovery room, and I was like, I have to piss. I was crying because I had to piss, and it was all I could think about and all I could do. And the nurses are like, it's okay, you've got a catheter. And it's like, no, you don't understand. I have to piss. So they gave me some painkillers and muscle relaxants for it, just in case. But basically, the catheter was coming out once they could prove I could mobilize to the bathroom. So it got me very motivated to move very quickly. It was still there for 5 hours. So that was 5 hours of feeling like my bladder was going to explode. So that was the worst part of this whole operation, which again, the one thing I'd be nervous about was the catheter. So I had to laugh that it was the catheter that gave me the most trouble. But yeah, it did get me out of bed very quickly. As soon as like the nurses were like, all right, yeah, you're very conscious now, we'll get you up and we'll get you going. And as soon as I could prove that I could move to the bathroom, they were like, all right, we'll get it out. And then yeah, so they got it out, and it was just like immediate relief. Crystal, hello, welcome in, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing great. So yeah, once we're about 5 hours post-op and that catheter was out, it was fine. As I said to the doctor, the nurses, honestly, I had more pain in my back than I did from the op. And that was more painful to me, was my back, because I didn't get to move as much as I normally move. Downstairs, like... So yeah, so I was booked to stay in hospital for 2 nights, but I was out the next day. They're like, there is no reason for us to keep you in here. You are doing absolutely fine. I had some painkillers for day 1 and day 2. I didn't even take all of them, and I am on no painkillers right now. It was like, honest to God, my back has been more of an issue. In fact, I threw out my back yesterday because I haven't been able to mobilize as much, because everyone's like, you've got to rest. And I'm like, no, I need to go for a walk. Like, I could feel I needed to go for a walk, and then I threw my back out yesterday. So I did go for a walk this morning, and I said, nah, I'm going for a walk. So I walked around the block, and I feel so much better for it. So I do feel it if I try to lift anything. So I'm not lifting anything, because I am aware, like if I try to lift anything, I feel it. So I don't lift anything. Getting up and getting down, anything that uses core muscles, I do feel in there. Bathroom activities uses core muscles, so we can feel it in there too. But yeah, apart from a little bit of pain occasionally from those, it's been really, really great. I've been chilling in bed. Yesterday, because I threw out my back, I sat at the desk and did little walks up and down the hallways and played The Sims. But yeah, honestly, I'm just flying through this. And I know we're still in recovery. I will still be gentle. Again, I'm still not lifting stuff because I'm aware that is something that I really do feel it. I'm not driving yet. We're still looking after ourselves. But genuinely speaking, I am absolutely flying through this. So yeah, we're just now waiting on results from pathology, which I imagine will take another week or two. I do have a follow-up appointment in about 5 weeks, just to check everything's, A-okay. But yeah, we're doing great. So yeah, TLDR, I'm awesome. So yeah, I know I was prepared to be in a lot of pain. I was prepared to need to lie in bed for 6 weeks, and nah, I'm just like, that's why today I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stream. I'm just gonna stream. Like, why not? There's nothing else to do. Like, I'm lying in bed, twiddling my thumbs. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, the feeling of the bladder going to explode. Like, it was all I could focus on as well. Like, that I have to pee, and I knew logically, like, I could see the catheter working. I knew I didn't have anything in there. I knew what it was, but yeah, just absolutely awful. So truly the worst part of the whole experience, that and the hospital food. Mystery meat. I had great fun on Instagram posting a snapshot of my meal, which was Thai beef, but it was like a beef casserole stew. Supposedly it was beef. I couldn't tell. I didn't eat most of it. I just ate the steamed pumpkin and I think some of the peas. But yeah, I'm very, very glad to not be in there for hospital food. That was like the best part, to get out as well. I'm having lots of mum's cooking, and that's really nice. All right, let's get back in here. So this is something that I started while I was in bed. So this is from Eriy's new book. This is the Magical Lands of Lauramia, which is absolutely gorgeous, and this was in my bed pile of something to work on, and so I started working on it. Now, I was experimenting a bit in the background with the sky, and I had a few disasters, but I think I've saved it to a point that I'm okay with it, because I used Albrecht Durers and a bit of Inktense to do the background, and then I was using paint pens to go over the clouds, and some of the paint pens were too juicy. I was using my fingers to blend things out, but then I also used some yellow, which started going a bit muddy, and of course it did go a little over the edges of some of the bits too, but I think it's okay. I think I can live with the background as is. We've also got a fun splatter down here, so we might have to put some random flowers in this field, and we'll figure that part out. Yeah, so normally you do get like a little bit of a menu, but yes, all the hospital food's pretty meh. Sorry, I just randomly got hiccups. I was on a specialty menu because of my IBS and being aware that, I just had downstairs removed. I didn't want to have any gluten or dairy because they trigger bowel spasms for me sometimes. Same with like apples, although they still sent me a raw apple, but I was trying not to be too fussy, but the big ones were gluten and dairy, so I asked specifically for a gluten and dairy free menu. So they forgot to send up my menu anyway, but the first meal that they sent up was just a regular meal. And I was like, and I pointed to my sign, which very clearly said that I was gluten and dairy and had food allergies, because I'm also allergic to pineapple and kiwi fruit. So they had to send up very specific trays for me. Yeah. So yeah, they did have to limit some of the pickings. But that being said, some hospital staples, because when I fell over and hurt my foot, I was in hospital for 6 weeks at one point. I've been in hospital for weeks at a time, and so I've made it through their entire regular menu. So I'm very familiar with the hospital menu. One of the things that they often give you is sandwiches and breads. They love their carbs there. It's just carb, 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 carb. But the bread is the cheapest, thinnest, nastiest cardboard bread. It is horrendous. And like, when it's the majority of your meals, you really hate the bread. So because I was on the gluten-free menu, I got gluten-free bread, which meant I got really expensive bread, like really nice bread, not cheap bread. And I was like, oh, so that alone made it so much more better. Like, I still didn't eat a lot of it because it's carb and it's heavy, and I didn't want a lot of heavy foods, because, you know, but yeah, that was like really nice. And like in the mornings, they usually send you like oatmeal that's like glue. It's just made with water. It's the nastiest oatmeal. But because I was on the gluten-free menu, I had to have gluten-free cereal, and dairy-free cereal. So they sent me like this really nice muesli type dish that had like all these berries and bits in it. So there was some perks to the food this time. Like, there were some horrendous, like the beef stew was horrendous, I'm gonna be honest. The Thai beef was horrendous, but the actual main, ugh, but the rest of it was pretty reasonable. I had to crack up that I got a vegetarian sandwich for lunch, but it was a chicken sandwich. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what was going on there and what kind of like how a chicken sandwich is vegetarian, but yeah. But yeah, they had to send me, because they use like instant mashed potatoes, so they had to make separate mashed potatoes for anyone on this tray. Like, there's enough people in the hospital that it's a set menu, so they do have that option readily available, because it's color coded as well. Like, most people get the white menu, which is your regular menu. I think kids get a yellow menu. There's a pink menu, which is diabetic. There's a green menu, which is what I was on, which is the gluten-free, dairy-free, and high allergy menu. So yeah, they are prepared for it. And normally, like, when I was in hospital for 6 weeks, I ate the gluten and dairy meals because I was like, I'm not going to be fussy, and I paid for it immensely. So I knew this time, especially because, you know, hysterectomy, I was like, I don't want spasms down there. So I have to say, the food in Canadian hospital, I went to Nova Scotia for surgery, the food was delicious. Some hospitals do some really good stuff. I know there are some hospitals, but they're more like private hospitals. This is a public hospital, so it's very much you get what you get. Like, a lot of people end up getting food delivered, and I understand why. Option A, meh with a side of and Option B, with a side of and o. Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. I know the first meal they sent up, I had to absolutely laugh, because they sent up basically rice and beans. And if you have IBS and eat beans, you know, and I was just like, no. Not for the first meal. So, but they did send up lots of jelly, which I'm usually not a big fan of, but jelly was actually really easy to eat at the time, so I did end up eating a lot of jelly. And they would send up fruit cups instead of actual fruit, which I was like, well, it's some form of fiber, but I was begging for fiber when I came home. I was like, please give me some leafy greens, please give me some greens. All good, Crystal, you have a wonderful rest of the day. Yeah, basically every meal that Mum's made, I've just been like, please give me some form of veg. Please give me fibre. Which is the same thing that happened last time I came out of the hospital, because I was like, just veggies. Just give me veggies. Give me not carbs. Anything but carbs. Double A! Surprise! Yeah. And I was allowed a lot of ice blocks as well, so I sent a photo to my nibblings because of me eating an ice block when I was getting up, and my nibblings were like, oh, we want surgery so we get ice blocks. It's like, no. It's like, you're cuties, but no. You can wait on the surgery. But yeah, because I was in and out so quickly, like my mum and aunt came and visited me, but yeah, no one even had a chance to come up because I got taken up to the wards at about midday, and then I had the catheter and I was doing stuff in the wards, and then yeah, by the time it was time for afternoon visitations, and I kind of was pretty shot, so I didn't have anyone come up the first day, and then the next morning they were like, yeah, well, you might as well go home, you're doing great. So I was out the door. So yeah, the kids didn't get to come up and visit me or anything like that. It was pretty quick. Right, we are meant to be colouring. Just getting distracted. Yeah, I'm doing great, AA. I'm doing really, really well. Feeling absolutely fabulous. So I was like, well, why not? Why not go live and chill and enjoy and hang out with y'all and catch y'all up on how we're doing and all that sort of good stuff, and supposedly colour. Yeah, the bringing my own coffee this time too, so good. Oh, definitely made a difference to have my own coffee on hand, because it meant that I could actually enjoy my coffee in the morning. Just made my day that you're up for this. Yeah, no, I just went for a little walk around the cul-de-sac, and then it's like, you know what, might as well go live. So we started an hour later than I normally start, but I wasn't planning on going live. So the fact that I'm even live, it's like, surprise. But yeah, no, I'm feeling great. Yeah, I just got this book. I'm trying to finish another page before I dive in. It's such a cute book. So cute. Yeah, I started this one in bed. I was like, oh, so cute. I love Eriy. I think I've got 1 or 2 more Eriy books to get, and then I've got all the main Eriy colouring books. I haven't got any of the tracing books, but I'm not sure if I'll worry about those, or like postcard books or anything. But I do want to get the last couple of Eriy books. But when I started getting them, I started working oldest to newest, except for I did grab this one impromptually. So I think I've got like either her 2022 or 2023 release. So yeah. Millie Pants, hello, and Gianna, hello, all the friends coming in. Yeah, no, I'm doing fabulously. I'm doing great. Honest to God, as I've been saying to most people, my back actually hurts more than the surgery, which should say something about my back and my back condition. In fact, the reason I had to go for a walk this morning was because I threw out my back yesterday, because I have been resting in bed more than I normally would, and my body likes a little bit of movement. So yeah, so honest to God, it's so good. Like, I still feel it if I try to lift something, so I'm not lifting anything. And I still feel it if I use my core muscles, basically, which is standing up and sitting down, because that uses your core muscles. Bathroom activities, you feel it. And if I tried to lift anything, so I'm not lifting anything. But yeah, other than that, it's like, I had surgery. Cool. So yeah. Sleeping hurts. They don't tell you as a kid when you start aging. They don't, do they? It's like, welcome to your 30s. Back gone. But yeah, no, I'm doing really, really well. Very glad to be home. Very glad to be eating mum's yummy food got leftover curry for lunch today. Slash breakfast. I haven't had breakfast yet. And yeah, just chilling and vibing around home and doing a bunch of colouring and playing The Sims. I played lots of The Sims yesterday because my cousin messaged me about The Sims, so we ended up chatting about The Sims, and so I played that for like 6 hours straight yesterday. It's like, huh. But yeah, we're back to work on Monday. Which it does say that you should really take a few weeks off work, but I mean, I work from home and only work for 2 hours, so I was like, it's fine, and I don't get sick leave, so I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go back to work. I feel fine. Like, work said I could take longer if I need it, but I don't think I need it. But yeah, we're still waiting on results to come back. So we'll still be waiting probably another 4 or 5 weeks or so to wait for the actual pathology results, unless they pick up something quickly, and then yeah. I mean, technically I work for the lab, I can sneak in and see what the results are, but it's not ideal to do so. Alright, that's what I was looking for. There should be some more of those. Here they are. Chai! Hello! The Sims came out with a fairy pack and now I want to set up my PC. Yeah, that's what kind of got me into it too, because we were talking about the fairy pack. I don't buy... Sorry, I'm just going to put my blanket hoodie on because I've cooled down a bit now. I don't buy Sims packs full price. I hate how much stuff they put behind a paywall. And especially considering how much of the core game is like glitchy. But if they do 60 to 80% off a pack and I want it, sometimes I'll grab it. And I've done that over the years, so I've got quite a few packs. But yeah, I was having a look at their sale, but nothing was screaming out as like, I need to grab this. It's like, nah, I'm quite happy with the packs I've got at the moment. And nothing that I would grab was high enough of a sale. Yeah. Sneak in and read your own results. Nah, you can get in trouble with doing that. Because they do track and monitor things. So, yeah, I can technically. I have the capability. I won't because it's naughty to do so. Because also, if I'm looking at the results, I'm looking at the pre-verified results before a pathologist has gone, signed them off and sent them off. So it's not even necessarily accurate results, and it's just not, it's like taboo to do so in your own thing. Never pay full price for Sims, they always have a sale. Exactly. Always get them on sale too. Yeah, always wait for a sale with the Sims, like... Especially because there's just so many packs. And like the fairies pack looks cute. And I do like a lot of what they've introduced in terms of the world and the way that they're designed. And there's some really cute items in it too. Especially the build items. I really like a lot of the build items. That with the cottage living pack, I can see some really fun, cute... off the grid fairy house with a little farm. Like, I can see a lot of gameplay with those two, but I'm not paying full price for the pack, so yeah. Okay. Ooh. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what color we're gonna do. I think we'll do like a warm golden tan brown for the pathway because it'll bring in the yellow of the hair. Yeah, they really do. And honestly, if you can, like, the core game of The Sims 4 is free. So, easy enough just to get the core game. And there's a lot you can do with the core game. But honestly, just look at modding. If you feel comfortable enough to do modding, mod your game. There's so many amazing mods out there for free. So, just mod it. And honestly, you get so much better gameplay. And there's so many mods that just make the game so much better. It's a bit harder if you're not doing it on PC, obviously, because they're designed for PC. But yeah, if you're on PC, just mod your game. Honestly, like, high school years, such a glitchy pack. Would not recommend that at all. I would recommend you go and buy one of the high school, go and get one of the high school mods, because there's working high school mods that are so much better than the high school years pack. And then there's so many gorgeous, like, texture packs and item packs, and and the fact that now the Sims have actually, like, clicked onto it and started hiring modders to design packs. So, we're just using some Albrecht Durers, chucking down some base tone. And I've actually been using alcohol marker to activate these. So we'll do that again. We'll use our darker brown up here because it gets darker as it fades away. And we'll do a layer of dark brown over here too. We've had so many good hairs and makeup mods. Yeah. Oh, there's some gorgeous mod sets out there. On my old PC, I had a lot of mods for The Sims, and then when I swapped to this PC, I just didn't re-download any. But I also forgot to copy over my save file, so I had to start over again, but that's okay. Yeah, so right now I've been playing it without mods because it's been kind of fun to do it again and play it without mods, but I'm at a point now where I think I will download some mods, at least MCC Command Center. But then, yeah, I wish I could stream The Sims and play The Sims with y'all, but my PC just handles The Sims. Like, there's no way I could stream The Sims. Otherwise I would absolutely stream The Sims and play it all with y'all, and would build y'all and put y'all in the story and all sorts of stuff, because it's real fun. Lisbeth, hello. You are all good. I've only been live for half an hour. It was a bit of an impromptu decision, so it's just like, you know what, I'm feeling fabulous and I'm just going to sit here and colour anyway, so let's go live and say hi to everybody and let everyone know that I'm doing all good. So yeah, I wasn't sure, because I did obviously post on Instagram, but it's kind of hard to announce like, hey, surprise, I'm going live, without just basically going live and hoping people get notified or find out. Okay. It's actually a bit chilly. So over the last few days, it has been pouring with rain here in New Zealand. We've had this massive storm front coming over, and there's been major flooding and slips and all sorts of stuff. And I was watching some of the rain come bucketing down yesterday, and I was just thinking, man, I am so glad I'm not in my apartment anymore, because where I used to live in my apartment, there's a river that used to flow under it. And so I saw videos of this river, and the whole basement area had reflooded again, which is a car park, but the electronics for the elevator are down there, and they try to waterproof them, but like major flooding, these things go. And it's like, once again, I would have been in that apartment, unable to leave the apartment because the elevator would be out again. But yeah. Also very glad that we got the roof redone, because, oh boy, with how much rain came down. I think in the space of an hour, there was like a week and a half's worth of rain, was what I was reading for some areas. It was torrential. It was like 2 days of it non-stop, 2 to 3 days. Which is part of the reason why I couldn't go for a walk yesterday, because, again, it's been bucketing down non-stop. One of the roads to Eriy is closed, apparently due to rock. Oh, yeah, they've been working on Mount Messenger, which is basically to exit out of where I live, New Plymouth, Taranaki. You either go north or you go south. And there's one road south and there's one road north. So for north, they've been working on a bypass over the Mount Messenger by digging a tunnel through the mountain. So that we'll have two paths north. Because when things like this happen, the Mount Messenger closes down. And that's exactly what happened. That there's been slips on Mount Messenger. So, yeah, they've managed to get it down to one road, but one way. So, it's just stop-start. But, yeah, happens every time. I remember once there was a really big weather system, and it closed both south and north. So, there was just no exiting the region for a couple of days. But there is a community nurse who collects bloods for a small town called I want to say Mania, but it's not Mania, that's down south. I'm having a blank anyway. It's before Tikawiti, but there's this very small town that is just past Mount Messenger, and there is a nurse that goes there a couple times a week. It's a very, very small town, and she will collect the bloods for them and then drive them to New Plymouth, because it's like, I think it's about an hour and a half. So it's a long trip for them to come in for a blood test. So she's there, and she does like community nursing out there for a few other things, but also draws bloods and then drives them into us, because she lives in New Plymouth. But when this weather front happened and then the mount got closed, she could not get in, and she had samples, so she had to drive the samples to Hamilton, which was 3 hours, and then I don't know what she did for staying, because she couldn't get in. Like, the roads were closed. She was just stuck out of the region. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why they've been trying to make a bypass, because when the weather happens, and weather happens, we go down. Okay, I like that. I like that little bit of yellow. I feel like that's quite tied together, and then I might just end up doing shades of brown to the houses, just kind of keep that neutral. But then we need to think about her, what color we're going to do her. Like, I knew I wanted a purple hat because I wanted to emphasize the purple in the sky and tie in that little bit of purple down there, but I don't know what other colors I want to do for her yet. I could also pull out washi for a top and do washi tape. Just deciding if I want to do like black here or if I want to do something else for her here. Is it the same character throughout? I think it is. Because it does, they usually follow one character. Yeah. It's the same character throughout. Really should translate all this. Yeah, okay. It is one character. What's your name? Maybe you'll get vibes off your name. do, 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 do. Mary Abbott. She's a wizard who moved from a rural town in the south of Lama's capital, Ramasminin, with the aim of becoming a painter. I'm studying at art school and studying landscape painting and magic. Her hobbies include taking walks around the town of Ramasminin, different spelling there, and sketching. Okay, and then what are we calling the duck in this one? The duck/goose. Oh, it's a crow this time. Aubrey. Okay. Well, I did the bird green anyway, because I thought that would look cool. Okay, the little character's name is Mary, which is very cute. I don't know for the colours. Alright, let's pull out a couple of browns and just do some houses. So I hope y'all are doing well out there. I hope things are going well for you all. It's been a little while since we've had a... It's been about a week. Yeah, it's only been a week. Because the last stream was the Friday before off. Because I didn't stream on the Sunday. So what's been happening? You're a good chai. Oh yeah, trying to find a New Zealand wool blanket. They are like, they go for a lot now. Ugh. Excuse me. We had a bank holiday in the US on Friday, so it's a long weekend. Is that because it's July, so is it July 4th? Is it Red, White, and Blue Day? I see a lot of like story type things. It seems like everything seems very color coordinated, very like festive, which seems quite cool, even though I don't know, it like I'm trying to think of what the equivalent of like New Zealand Day would be here. Like we have Anzac Day, but that's more like, I think Memorial Day is the equivalent. Waitangi Day maybe, but that's more, I mean, it is the day that the equivalent of our Constitution was signed. So I guess Waitangi Day, but it's not like we put out, yeah, it's not like what I see for the stories of like the 4th of July, right? That just seems very over the top in comparison. Yeah. What am I trying to say? I don't even know how I'm trying to word this. Words are hard. But like, the OTT-ness of it, I guess. Yeah. It looks fun, but it looks like a lot. Like, it's the same thing with Thanksgiving and Christmas, but I don't know, like, I know families that do a lot for that too here, so it's not just an American thing or anything. I guess because my family just keeps it so chill. But watching, like, seeing these videos of people just going, like, full heart out with decorations and full roast meals and, you know, all these bits and pieces and spending so long for one day, one meal. Like, we'll still do a good meal here, but it's about spending time together, so it's like easy as possible. You know? But yeah, I know, Oops, there's purple on this. Okay, this house is now purple. Congratulations. Again, as I said, I know families that do that as well, but again, we do very chill here, so. I did nothing, but as a kid, it was extravagant holidays. Yeah. I think it'd be fun to experience it once. Like, I have always wanted to be somewhere that really goes hard for Halloween. And to experience, like, Halloween. It wasn't really a thing. Like, it's become a little bit more of a thing now with the Americanization influence. So, yeah, it's definitely a little bit more of a thing now here, but it's not the big thing, like, that we see. My aunt went over to America around Halloween time, so she brought back like lots of Halloween candies and all this different things. So finally found one nice looking blanket. Yay! Japan Disney might do a Halloween show, but I'm not sure. Japan Disney would be amazing, because it would be amazing to go to Japan full stop. We've talked about this before. I think a lot of us want to hit up Japan. It would be, I'm sure there is a way where you could, like, using the power of the internet, set up like a group travel vacation. Where you set it up online. It's like, we're all traveling here. And then let's use a little bit of this. Just to base this. We'll probably go over this with actual gold. Don't know what colour we're going to do our little friend in the jar here. But... ooh. Warm up your jar. It's called Trovo. Yeah, I was like, there must be something. I feel like I've seen something like that where like one person organizes it and then a bunch of their community can join them on the trip, but also I couldn't be bothered. Just realized I've got stuff all down the front of my blanket hoodie. Oh goodness, it's okay, it's fine, it's not going anywhere. Don't know why, but lately I've been going for the color green. Perhaps it's subconscious yearning for the first buds of spring. That's okay. I mean, sometimes you find your palette naturally changes over the years too. So, yeah. A lot of booktubers I watch do trips. Yeah. It would be like a cool way to do it. To set it all up. Cassie! Hello, hello. Yes, I'm doing fabulously. We're doing so good. So good. But yeah, I was just like, you know what? Might as well stream. Because I'm just going to sit here and colour anyway, so may as well come on and say hi to everyone. Alright, we'll just keep this all harmonious since we've got this brown. Now we do need to use that teal that I've used for the bird, because everything else is so matchy-matchy that right now that bird is standing out. So we do need to make a point of using that greeny blue somewhere. But other than that, we've got free reign for everything else. So I'm just using Albrecht Durers and using an alcohol clear blender marker to activate them. Kind of thinking I might do a little fluffy and bright pink and bring a bit of the pink of the sky in here. maybe we'll do... Gonna join a friend and watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Yeah, I need to watch it. I've been watching the music videos and stuff. I just don't have Netflix. But go enjoy Smolt. Does the alcohol not seep all the way through? No. It may do, but because it's clear, it doesn't really... Yeah. I find, because I go quite hard with water, sometimes using Albrecht Durers is a really good way to, not Albrecht Durers, using an alcohol marker is a good way to sort of activate without, like, oversaturating the page. Yeah. So, sometimes I do it if I'm not sure about my water content. This time I did it because I didn't want to take a painting cup to bed, because I prefer painting cups rather than, like, water brushes. So, yeah, this time I did it because I was like, cool, I can just take my stack of clear blenders and just take the stack to bed. Oh, it's cold. It's suddenly very, very cold. Right, I think we're going to bring the blue to her skirt. We're going to give her a bit of a bright blue skirt. So we'll use a little bit of dark blue for shading. But we really want to keep it sort of bright blue. But yeah, it's a good little trick for activating if you're hesitant about your water use. If you're traveling out and about and you can't take water with you, or you just want an easier way to do it. Oh, excuse me. Everything I should be yawning. I did get a lot of sleep last night. Probably do need breakfast at some stage. Hear Mum making her breakfast. Prisoners are on sale on Amazon if anyone is looking. $100. Good to know. Do love Prismas. I will probably mostly be using Prismas to shade this. I don't know why. Eriy's work in Prismas just kind of... something about it. That being said, my case is all blended now, so it's not hard for me to choose other colours. I've done her hat and the bird in Prismas so far. It's all I've shaded. Everything else has just been base layers. I'm doing the same DW. Sleep was right last night. I'm sorry to hear that. My brain's not clicking on DW. Is it one of the youth sayings? So, while I was in hospital, so I didn't end up taking my big case of pencils to the hospital despite us sorting it out, but I did take my Crayolas because I was like, I don't want to risk having my big case in hospital and then it going AWOL or something, just in case. So I just took my Crayolas with me. And I ended up I did one page in a Joanna Badsford Small Victories, which is like lives in my hospital bag. I did that as it's coming sort of out of the sedation, so it's not like the burst colouring, but I don't care because it's my like hospital book. It just lives in my hospital bag, and I just end up doing a page every time I go to hospital, so I felt like I kind of need to do a page in there. And then I ended up just working on the Monster Miniatures book. So good that we did all those basing. I ended up doing so many of them. Oh, don't worry. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Amy, as you can tell, is good at these things. There's a little bit of green on this one, but that's okay, because if the blue's a little bit more greeny, it'll just tie in to the greeny blue of the bird a bit more. Oh, excuse me. Oh, goodness. I think part of the reason why I'm yawning so much is I also need to go and get some food. I'm just debating if I've got some yogurt that I can cut up with some apple, or I can go and heat up the mango chicken curry. It is about 11 o'clock, and this is where I've kind of been having breakfast, so I'll do a little bit more. Alright, I'm happy with that, because that now ties in that. And then I wanted a bright pink to just bring in a bit of the sky pink for our little friend here. A little soot sprite type creature. Might do something more with that later. I just know we're going to start that in pink. And yes, I'm using the brush with a little bit of blue, because it will make it slightly more in the purple band. We'll tie it into all our purples. Cheesecake dip. Yeah, I love my good old cheesecake dip. It's yummy. And it's full of chia seeds, so it's also very fibrous and good. Having leftover tandoori chicken pizza. Oh, yum. Honestly, I have not had pizza in so long. Oh, you're making me want to order a pizza. I don't have money to order a pizza. You're making me want to order a pizza. I went out for a 21st last night, then I couldn't sleep, and when I did fall asleep, my dogs woke me at 8 AM. No! I have stopped Shadow waking us up. So my cupcake blanket hoodie that I recently got, terrible quality. Shadow decided to claw and, you know, make biscuits on my chest, but claw away at it a little bit. And so there's these big patches where he's clawed it and it's already just like lost part of its fluff. And all my other blanket hoodies that he's clawed, it hasn't done that. So yeah, it's just got these patches already. So it's like, well, rather than chuck it out, because he loves being on my blanket hoodie so much, I was like, I bet I can put it down and make it into a bed for him. So he has this one spot on the couch that he's decided is his new sleeping place. So I just kind of threw it on there as if I was like going to wear it, but just put it beside me. And sure enough, he has overtaken it and it's now his bed. And so last night, after Mum turned the heater off and was going to bed, he normally would come down and jump into the bed with me. But of course, when he jumps into bed, he's been jumping on my stomach, what he's not allowed to do. And I wake up because my stomach hurts and there's, oh look, there's a cat on my stomach. So I've been kicking him out of the bed. But yeah, so last night Mum turned the heater off to go to bed, and he had crawled back up on the spot on the couch, and he was there all night, all day yesterday on the spot on the couch. He's there right now. He hasn't disturbed us today because he's asleep on that spot. So he's very much claimed it as his bed now. I was like, well, it's still cheaper than buying a cat bed. Been craving pizza. There's something so spectacular about pizza. We were actually, Mum and my aunt and I were talking about it, because we were talking about like different fast foods and stuff like that, because like I'm not a big fast food eater. I don't eat a lot of fast food, but the pizza is one of those foods. Also, hello Twitch follower, thank you so much for the follow. Pizza is one of those foods that I do really love. And I think a big reason why I love it is because it is also something I strongly associate with my childhood, and a lot of positive memories of my childhood was going and getting pizza. So, yeah, pizza for me is one of those things that I'm like, pizza. I can go without most takeaways and just be like, yeah, it's fine, because I'll just cook my own version at home. But, yeah, pizza is definitely one of those, like, and we were talking about it, I was like, pizza. Do love a good pizza. Alright, we're just gonna do nice little blank base. I'm just Ashley. Kia ora. Thought I'd drop a follow since I finished my Red Riding Hood pages following your VODs. Oh, yay. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it went well. It's so cool to hear. I'm glad to see you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing fabulously. I'm doing great. Like I had surgery? Yeah. No, we're doing really, really good. One of the reasons we're also doing really well is, so with my surgery, they had 3 routes that they could do. So the first one was they just went all in via downstairs, didn't have to cut me at all. Option 2 was keyhole. Option 3, they cut me right open. They ended up only needing to do option 1, so I don't even have a wound. Like, obviously there's internal wounds, but there's no external wounds. So, yeah, this is also why we're doing fabulously, because there's not a single cut on me. They managed to do everything via downstairs, without getting too technical, but via downstairs. Now, there are some, they had to cut downstairs to do downstairs, so there are, again, wounds. There's wounds inside. There are wounds, but there's no external wounds, which also significantly reduces my infection risk as well. So, really, really good. I'm so obsessed with using Crayolas now. Yes! Telling you, Crayolas. Love them. Love them. I love hearing people are like, oh my god, Crayolas. People underrate them, I tell you. They're an excellent, excellent tool. Honestly, I did think about sitting here and doing some more la 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 words. Funny, funny. Any day. That took a minute. Doing some more any day today, but I realized that I'd have to lift my felt tip marker tub. I was like, yeah, we can't lift that right now, so no any day. Yeah. Amira, hello, hello, welcome in. I see it as a light brunette. Yeah, that could work. Like a light brunette and tie in a bit of that browns as well, but also I think that'll be cute. Yeah. Got into using them as well. Yeah. Converting more and more of you. It sounds so evil. I just need to be sponsored by Crayola. Like, come on, Crayola. Let me design my perfect blue. You need my blue. You need my blue in your set, because your set doesn't have my blue. So you need an Amy blue. An Amy blue would be a very, very dark blue, because they are missing almost like a navy blue, but not quite navy blue. But they are missing a very dark blue in their 100 set. So they need an Amy blue. Wahahaha. I'm not evil. I'm not evil at all. I'm lovely. I'm nice. I'm kind. I'm so gentle. Don't know what you're talking about. I'm a sweetheart. Haven't you heard? I'm not evil at all. I just love how fast I can complete pages. Yeah, I had a few people who were like, how did you do 14 pages in Dark Fairy Tales in a month? And it's like, Crayolas. They are fast. I did, in my stack on the bed, I actually had, because I was so kindly gifted, so many sets of beautiful pastel super tips. So I had one set of pastel super tips on the bed, so that I could use it as like a basing tool for a couple of the books, because I took quite a few books and stacked them on the end of my bed, so they would be there for me when I wanted to colour, just in case. So I had options. That being said, the majority of what I coloured was the monster book, and then I started in this one. Oh, and I did do one page in Tale from Atlantis, just the introduction page. Me too. I always love my pencils. That markers are so nice for quicker pages that still look amazing. Yeah. I'm gonna go get coffee and go to my PC. Be right back. No worries. I think we'll try and finish all the basing colours, and then I might need to take a bathroom break anyway, so maybe I'll grab some breakfast while I'm at it or something. We'll take a little break anyway, because I should really be stretching every hour. And then we'll come in and we'll pull out pencils, and we'll start in our paint pens and our glitters, and we'll start having some fun. Because you know we're adding glitter to this as well, right? Oh, no, you got purple. You're a purple. You're a blue. You're a clean, so we'll try and keep you clean so I can use you for something else. You're another purple. Somehow ended up with two purples. You're a brown. Amy, adding glitter to everything. I'm shocked. I know, right? There's a reason why my wish list is currently just full of glitter, because I got distracted on Amazon looking at something, and then it was like, more glitter, more glitter, more glitter. And I found all these interesting glitter products, and I was like, must add that, must add that, must add that. And then suddenly it was like, whoops, all my wish list is now glitter. And various glitter products, but that's okay. We love glitter. Rosalind, hello. Was expecting these streams to the end of July, beginning of August. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to stream this early either. But yeah, I'm feeling fabulous. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go live. Yeah, we're doing great. I was in hospital for barely one day. I was out pretty quickly. We're doing so good. How are you going? Okay, now we just have a top left to go. Part of me is like a pink or a yellow, more purple, but I mean, they're like, I love colours and those colours, so of course I'm like pinks and purples. I am kind of thinking like So like this colour, and then we use paint markers and glitter pens to do all the different florals, and maybe light pink and yellow. I think that could be quite cute. Manganese violet for a bit of shadows, but it's crimson. It's like a red violet. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Oh, I hear a shadow. Have you awoken, baby? Alright, well, we have a real problem because I can't lift you on the desk, and I'm not going to lift you on the desk. So if you want up, you're going to have to figure out how to get up on your own. I know. It's so difficult, isn't it? I know you can do it because you do climb on the chair behind me, so you're going to have to figure it out because I can't lift you. We've had this discussion before. I know, it's so sad. It's so hard for you. You have to get up all by yourself. I know. Work. Yeah, it's so terrible. Oh, I wish the mic would pick up all his pitiful meows. I can't lift you up. You have to get up yourself if you want upsies. And even then, I can't put you on my shoulder. You have to get up by yourself. Rough life for Mr. Shadow. It really is. It's so difficult. Yeah, you've made it onto the armchair. Now can you lift yourself right up? Because I know you can pull yourself up. I know you can do it. You've done it before. You want up, you have to get yourself up. I can't lift you up. I know. I don't know if I should really be training him to lift himself up though, because I don't want him to. Come on. You want up? You have to get up by yourself. You know this. You know how to get up. Come on. I'm not lifting you up. You just want me to put the treats on the floor. Come on. You can get up. You know how to get up. I can't lift you. You're over a kilo. I'm not allowed to lift you. Come on. You know how to get up. You know how to get up. He's not getting up. Alright. Sorry, folks. You just have to... I might be able to swing the camera. If I swing the camera this way. Welcome to under my desk. Come on. Yeah, there he is. I don't normally like the treats down here on the carpet, but this is about the best we can do because I can't lift him. But he is here, I swear. Oh, goodness. So exciting. Alright. So while Shadow is taking up my desk space, I'm going to take this opportunity to pop to the bathroom and maybe heat up some breakfast quickly, because I do have to still do little stretches every hour. So take this opportunity yourself to also hydrate, stretch, take your meds, whatever you need to do to look after yourself. I need to go take my meds as well. I have not done that this morning. So we're just going to take a couple of minutes here and we will be back shortly. Okay. I return with breakfast. Way too much food. And having gone to the bathroom, feeling much better. Right, let's catch up on this. Finally got over that flu. Took me through. Oh my goodness. Oh, I hope the photos come back soon, Roslyn. It's exciting. Greens. And chai, all good. Thank you so much for being here. Alright. Getting a mouthful of this. I could smell it all the way through the house. Because Mum also reheated hers for breakfast. And then I got a couple of mandarins, some vanilla nuts, some apple food balls for snacks. I forgot to do in here, but that's fine. We'll just use the leftover purple and drag it across. And there we go. There's our picture all base. So now we can start working on the actual shading. And Shadow stopped eating his treats halfway through, went to the door and started meowing very hard. So it's like, I need out and I need out now. It's like, I recognize that cat. So he's now outside. All the snacks. Yeah. All the snackies. I also have like some rice crackers and Werther's Originals up here, and there's always snacks around. We like our snacks, but we're going to start with proper food, because proper food is important. My mum's been on cooking and dishes duty. I feel very bad for her. I'm trying to use as little dishes as possible to make your life easier, because dishes suck. But it's also like, But we often, when we cook something, it's something that we'll eat. Like this was cooked on Friday. So it was Friday night dinner for me, Mum, and my aunt. And then it was last night's dinner, and it's our lunch/breakfast today as well for Mum and me. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 meals out of it. And that tends to be how we cook, is we'll cook one big dish, and then we have that for several meals. Because it's a way easier way. Only cook once. And we're quite happy to do it that way. Rebecca, hello, welcome in. So yeah, we've had mango chicken for the last few days. It's been yummy. It was a little spicy for Mum, but luckily I have natural yogurt in there, so oh, excuse me. Sorry, that's me eating far too fast. Pardon me. Sorry, I just got some messages, so had to check those quickly. That's what I get for eating too fast. I'm doing fabulously, Rebecca. It is... Tomorrow will be 1 week post-op. Tomorrow, like, I had my op on Monday last week, so tomorrow is 1 week. And yeah, honest to God, just feeling fabulous. Doing really well. Went for a little walk this morning. The biggest thing has been basically that I threw my back out because I haven't been moving as much as I normally would. So I did go for a walk this morning, and it really helped. So I'm going to just make a point of doing that more often. Because yeah, I was trying to be a good patient and rest, but I was like, I really need to go for a walk. And then yesterday I threw my back out because I just have been lying in bed too much. So much better. Okay, we might as well start top down. So we have done the bird and we have done the hat. Since I got the black out, I'm going to use it just to define these bird features a little bit more. Just make that a little bit more in line. So we've done the hat, so we need this yellow thingy-mabob. I don't know if I want to colour or play The Sims. Why not both? Yeah, no, I know why you can't do both. Sims is like full-time. I'm with you though, because, I've been all over The Sims lately. You need 4 arms. Yeah, this is why I want to be an octopus. Because if you're an octopus, you can do all 4 things at once, or you can do 8 things at once, or you can do 6 things and have 2 hands free. I have been playing, I've been playing a character in Sulani, which is the island escape place. She is a mermaid. And I've been working to clean up Sulani, and I just managed to achieve that. So we got the Sulanis cleaned up. And her wife were living together, and I had a Murphy bed because it was just them and 2 cats. And the wife went to put the Murphy bed up or down. I can't remember what it was. Like, they had a normal bed that they slept in. They just had a spare bed. And I don't know why that she kept on insisting on putting it down, but those Murphy beds are notorious. And yeah, the wife died. So, and they had just decided to have a baby. So I was like, cool. So now the mermaid mum is alone, pregnant, with 2 cats. Yeah, death by Murphy bed. I was playing Sims before I showed up, waiting for some friends to be ready for spooky games tonight. Nice. But yeah, so I think at this stage, like, she's at the top of her career. She's like, she can take a break for a while and just look after the kid. And I think I'll work through the kid and then carry on with the kids generation. I did think about starting an actual proper generation challenge and doing like an actual, like, these of course not so berry and these not so veggie as well. And lots of other generation challenges and stuff like that. I thought about trying one of those because I've never done one of those. I usually do like rags to riches. I love starting a sim with absolutely nothing and making them survive and build up. This one I started this week was a hot tea legacy. Yeah, I just watched the creator do their hot tea legacy and was reading about that. So I've been watching, I can't remember their name and I should, but I was just watching where they're up to with it with Gen 1 and their hot tea legacy. And I like the fact that they also suggest some really good mods. Like, I hadn't heard of I'd heard of the realistic pregnancy overview over the RPO mod, but I hadn't heard of like some of the expansions that come with it. So that was really interesting to look at their that mod. And I like the fact that they mention a couple of mods that work well with it, but it's also, you can very much do it vanilla. Fingers. Such good paint pen blenders. Right, are you going to activate? It'd be nice if you activated. You still need shaking, but that's okay. We can do a little bit more of this one. I think this one might actually be light enough to work. Yeah, if I wasn't streaming right now, I'd be probably just watching Sims videos while coloring. And then eventually switching to playing Sims. As I said, I'd love to be able to stream The Sims, but my computer barely handles running The Sims, so unfortunately it's something that I can't do without significant hardware upgrades. Because The Sims is relatively heavy. I'm just using this to clean up some of these edges because I was using paint pen in the background. Did go over the edges of a few things, so. Especially if you start adding mods and stuff, yeah. Sims is so taxi on PC for what it is, exactly. I wish, like, I would be willing to buy so many more Sims packs if they went through and reformulated the game to run more efficiently. If the game ran better, I would drop more money into it. Because then I could do things like stream it. I reckon we'd have a lot of fun working together and creating stories, and with the gallery features so I can import characters and get you all into the game or your characters into the game, and yeah. But like, the system requirements are not insane, but I feel like it's wrong because I swear to God you need a jet plane engine to start the game. Yeah. And if you want it to look like, if you want any form of graphics on it to look nice, ugh. Yeah. Yeah, I swear I watch all these like Sims YouTube videos, and the Sims in theirs look so nice because they've got such a high spec PC to run it and record their game, and I'm like, man, I'd hate to think how crazy your specs are just to run the Sims. But also, good on you. Have those crazy specs to run the Sims. But yeah, legit, if I had the money, did a massive computer upgrade, I would. Did you also see the new Enchanted by Nature pack that's coming out? Yes, I did watch a few different reviews on it. Like, Fairy's very, very pretty. I do like a lot of the build items, like the whimsicalness of it, the like living in a tree stump inspired look of them. yeah. Waiting to see more actual gameplay of the pack. I just saw like this is what comes in the pack and stuff. Yeah, I do like a lot of the build items and the cast items. I can see that with cottage living and creating some really cute stories, but I won't pay full price for it. They never pay full price for their kits. So I'll wait for it to go on special at some point in the future. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know anyone who plays full price for The Sims. There's going to be some people that rush out to get new packs, but most people I know, it's a bay leaf. Most people I know, they wait until they're on sale. But yeah, I don't have a lot of the latest packs because I'm waiting for a good sale for them. But also, there hasn't been any pack that I felt like I needed to rush out and get. Like, I thought about Horse Ranch, but I don't like how much of it is a rabbit hole. I wish you could actually participate in the competitions. It felt very rabbit hole-y when I watched the gameplay. Like, I do like the idea of being able to own horses, because to go with cottage living, and, you know, I love cottage living. Cottage living is one of the packs that I do recommend. I feel like that pack is an excellent pack for what you get in it. Yeah, I haven't got businesses and hobbies. I haven't got boring. That one was so glitchy. I don't think I'll rush to get that one unless it's like a crazy good bundle deal or something. For the big ones, and then yeah, like the smaller packs and the stuff packs, I only sort of get them when they're like good bundle deals or something. The exception being the nifty knitting. I did get that one because of course I needed the nifty knitting one. Yeah. I have both high school and university, and I don't recommend them. I might look at getting businesses and hobbies at some point, but again, I'm not desperate for it. Like, there's no pack that I feel like I need to desperately get. Enchanted by Nature I could see getting. I think the only one that I was thinking of getting was the Realm of Magic and Werewolves, just to add in those occult types. But I'm not desperate for them. There's nothing there I was like, I really need this pack. Because I also have a lot of Sims packs. I sent a list to my cousin recently. You want the Star Wars one? I thought about getting the Star Wars one. Like, I don't see any use for it it would just be the novelty of getting it for having the Star Wars one, even though it is universally regarded as one of the worst packs. But I like the idea that The Sims is canonical in this Star Wars universe. Okay, so I have cats and dogs, cottage living, get to work, seasons, island living, city living, high school, growing together, get famous, discover university, get together, snowy escape, parenthood, eco lifestyle, outdoor retreat, Tiny Living stuff, Dine Out, My First Pet stuff, Nifty Knitting, Bowling Night, Cool Kitchen, Movie Hangout. Those are all the ones that I have. And it's like, it's enough. Yeah, the Get to Work and Pets I got as a bundle because I brought The Sims. This was before Sims was free. So I brought a big bundle that included Pets, Seasons, Get to Work, and The Sims. And it was the same price as the base Sim. So essentially I got The Sims for free. Yeah. Hi, Catherine. Welcome in. Alright, let's see how this colour goes. It might not be quite right. Oh, it's not bad. It does work as a highlight tone. It's a little on the greeny side, but it'll work. It'll work. I'm doing this before I do skin shading. That was dumb. Yeah, I think the only one that I am contemplating getting is the castle one that they put out. The castle stuff pack, I think it was. Just because, again, I like the idea of, especially with cottage living, creating sort of like a, you know, escape in the country castle. I just want to live my dream of escaping to the forest, right? Living in a little castle. The Book Nook one that you're talking about, Cassie, is another one that I was looking at too. It's like, yeah. I think there's like a plant pack one. They're all like building stuff ones now that I'm looking at. And then, yeah, as I said, I was looking at werewolves and realms and magic, but nothing is like, yeah, I definitely need to get that pack. Everything is like, oh, that could be fun, but yeah, there's nothing that is like, I desperately need to get that pack. But the stuff in the Enchanted by Nature pack, I was like, yeah, I could see myself building with a lot of these items, so I think I will get that one, but when it pops up on sale next year. When it goes to 50% off, which will be next year. Alright, we'll let that dry down and then we'll go back over that with a bit of different browns to just deepen it up a bit. How are you going, Catherine? How are you doing today? We're talking the Sims 4, by the way, if you weren't aware. Yeah, the book one is super cute if you love to build lots of in those. Yeah. Yeah, they, again, it's the sort of thing that when they're on sale is when I would look at it, but it's not something for right now. I mean, things are on sale right now, but I won't be buying anything because I am actually taking quite a significant pay reduction. All the time that I take off for my surgery, I don't get paid for. I don't have sick leave, so yeah, we're taking a massive hit to the income to have surgery, so right now the budget is tight. It's okay, we will survive. We always do. But yeah, just no fun purchases. So this is Eriy's new book. It is the Magical Lands of Lauramia. So it's Eriy, but in her new size. I do like it. I think it's actually my favorite of the Eriy books. Like, Erie's style is super cute, and I love her drawings. But the reason why this one is the favorite is because it's the most detailed. Like, every page is full. She has pages in her other books, but these ones just feel more dynamic. So like, she has a book spread in her other book, but there's something about like the cylinder staircase and having the books here, and it just, there's a lot more dynamicness to it, and each spread just feels full. Like, even these ones here with the items, there's so much more detail on each of these items. So yeah, I really like this one. It's all about a little girl named Mary who's studying to be an artist, who is exploring the lands of Lauramia, which is full of magic. So it's her discovering magic and drawing things, and yeah, just a really, really cute book. So definitely my favorite of the Eriy ones so far. Like, I don't know if it will make it clear, but you see here how we've got like lots of empty space around them, and it just doesn't feel as full as those other pages. That's what all her other books feel like to me. Whereas this one, each page is just much more dynamic, which may not be your thing. You may want the simpler designs. Like, that may be your cup of tea, and that's valid too. But for me, I think because they're a little bit more fuller, they just feel more together. Yeah. The story of this book also feels complete. Yeah, it is a complete story. Like, you can follow your way through. I think also because of its size, it's a little bit more approachable. Because Eriy's other books, like, I don't have one on me, but we'll borrow Leon. But Eriy's other books are the same, are your standard squares, right? They're very similar to this Leon's Journey by Kaneko Agusa. So, size-wise, you can already see that we're not as wide. We're just as tall, but we're not as wide. So we've lost a little bit here. So it just makes it a little bit more approachable. It's still about the same number of pages. I think the paper is a little thinner than her previous books. Like, it feels a little thinner, but it's still really good paper. I am working on the Japanese version, so depends on the version you get. Which I think right now it's just a Japanese version. But yeah. Definitely my favourite of hers so far, which is why I did skip ahead to get this one, because I had been trying to get, because I do want to get all the Eriy books, and I am very close to having all the main Eriy colouring books. I think I'm just missing one or two. I'll have to go and look at a list. But yeah, I think I'm just missing one or two, which is like your 2022 and 2023 type releases. So yeah, very close to having all of them. And technically, I should have gotten like one of those, but I chose to get this one because I really liked how this one looked so much. I was like, this one actually feels like it would be, like, I was really excited to look at this one when I saw flip-throughs of it, and I was like, I really like Lauramia, so I chose to skip ahead to get this one. It just arrived in the 2-month period where I got like 80 or so colouring books, so I haven't had a chance to colour in it till now. I got gifted a couple of Happy Mails that I got to open while I was in bed. They were like Get Well Soon mail, which is really, really lovely. And so I got a couple of really cute little cozy books, and one I'd never heard of, but it was this Elven Valley, and it's full of like elves. It's really cute. And then I got one of the Huda folk ones as well, which is also really, really cute. So I'm looking forward to being able to lift up my alcohol markers and actually colour in those. Let's get a little bit of purple and use that to tone down the orange of the skin and add in some shadows. Don't make a BLT for Brekkie. If you feel like a BLT for Brekkie, you absolutely should. Fed is best, so if that's what's going to get you fed, yes. Feels a little bald over here, so we're just gonna draw in some extra hairs. I think I'm feeling fancy this morning, then heck yeah. I was very lucky yesterday. I got to have fancy breakfast. Mum poached some eggs. We had it with avocado on a piece of toast. It was so good. I found extra fancy because despite all my cooking skill, I cannot poach an egg. I've never successfully poached an egg. It took me years to figure out an omelette. I'm a good cook and I can make a lot of things, but I've just never successfully poached an egg. So yeah, it always feels extra special when I have poached eggs, because it's like, I can't do it. And I don't know why. It's not from lack of trying. I just, yeah, never seem to poach an egg successfully. And it's fine. I just accept I'm not an egg poacher. I think I have an avo as well. Yum. Yeah. BLT with avo. Mm. We're having chicken tacos for dinner tonight, just using like pre-seasoned coated chicken tenders that I just cooked in the air fryer and just chucking them in little tacos, and but we'll go an avocado use after that too. It's a pretty easy dinner because the tenders are already done, so it's just chuck them in the air fryer. It's using like bag salad and all that sort of stuff, so it's a real easy one for Mum to prepare. Just dump it on the table. Build your own taco. Makes me happy because I can do it spicy. Alright. I'm just going to move this off the table because I'm done with this. Ooh. Oh. As I said, the getting up and getting down is the part that uses my core muscles, so that does hurt a little bit, and that's when I get reminded, oh, I've had surgery. But for the most part, it's pretty good. But yeah. Stand up and it's like, oh yeah, 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 that's right. I wish I made meals that like myself. I never make meals. It's more like a day full of snacks. Is it that you don't have time or you just don't enjoy cooking? Because like, again, when we cook, we tend to cook once, but it's for several. I feel like you've said before that you don't like leftovers. I feel like that's something you've said before as well. Like a charcuterie all day with variety. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a charcuterie, and quite often I will do what I just call a picky plate, which is now the fancy like girl dinner or charcuterie plate. I used to just call them picky plates. And it was like I would when I did this groceries, this is back when eggs were cheap, I used to buy an extra dozen eggs and I'd hard boil a lot of them, keep them in the fridge. Hey, perfection. So I had hard-boiled eggs ready to go in the fridge. It was like cook all 12 at once, and then they're kept in the fridge for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Like they were fine. In the shower, I just cracked them when I needed them. Jars of pickles, like gherkins. I just cut some cheese up. I would just open up like some deli meat, little thing of crackers, like dried fruit, nuts, piece of fruit, like whatever I want. It was a picky plate, right? And I would always have that ready to go, and that was quite often my dinner was just a picky plate, and it was just whatever I picked out of the fridge, and it was snacks, but it was a plate of snacks. And now it's like a charcuterie or girl dinner, but I used to just do that all the time, and I just called it picky dinner, and it was just picking at whatever I found, and it was like a really good dinner. I like snacky dinner, nothing wrong with it. Having your morning latte, putting the washing on. Good job. Right. Oh, okay. Oh, so sorry. We're going to be distracted for 2 seconds because I got an alert that Morgan O'Brien has updated his Ko-fi. And that makes me think, there may be a new thing that you can buy on Morgan O'Brien's Ko-fi. Is it more any day? Nope, that's from a year ago. Shop. Oh, it looks like we do have a new colouring page on that. Early mornings. Like half a protein bar, pretzel chips, cheese, and applesauce, carrot sticks. It's like a toddler steak meal. Nothing wrong with that. That's just a picky plate. There's a lot of people that just have picky plate. Again, it's best. Fed is best. So if that gets you fed, that's fine. Like, there's somebody that keeps on popping up on my feed because I watch there's a couple of YouTubers that I watch that I really like their motto about food. I'm drawing a blank on their names. Liam is one of them. I think it's called like the Plant Slant or something like that. I don't know, but he's got really lovely messages about just, you know, add to and, you know, positive food enforcement. But he was sharing quite a few different people that just eat basically snack plates, and they will do just plates of, you know, bits and pieces, and it's like there's good variety in it. You're getting all your nutrition, you know, you got fruit, you got veg, you've got nuts, you got fats, you got protein, you got carbs, like you got everything you need on the plate. So there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, if your belly is full and you're happy, that's good. Exactly. Fed is best. It is the motto around here. I know for like we try not to talk diets and stuff like that because I know, especially like even I get triggered hearing a lot of that stuff. But yeah, literally, fed is best. As long as you are eating, whatever you're eating is what you need to eat. I don't know. I think this is the new Morgan O'Brien page, and you can get it for free. But look at this. Can I make this bigger? I want to make this bigger Okay, I could cheat it bigger here. We'll go, oh. And like that, and then we'll go, look at this, like, in the morning, where's your coffee? Yeah. Just classic. Don't talk to me till I've had my coffee. Yeah, so it's Morgan O'Brien's Ko-fi. It's a pay what you want, which means technically you can get that one for free. Let me put that one in YouTube, and then let me go there. That's me in the morning, yeah. So yeah, you can, it's a pay what you want. So you can technically get them for free. He puts up a lot of stuff for free, and you can also give more if you can afford to give more, but you can also get it for free. And it is one of the freebie ones, so yeah. One day I will buy the Any Day sticker. So cute. So cute. Anyway, enough distractions. Hi, Sammy. Alright, what were we doing? What was I distracted by? I was working on her face. She needed some blush. She needed some warmth. She needs some aliveness. So we're just going to start with a little bit of light pink. And just bring that under her cheeks. Because she feels like this sort of girl that would have a little bit of a blush, you know? Just like, I don't know, rosy cheeks just feel right. And then the other thing that I want to do is let's give her green eyes. And then I put the pink back. That was done. She's at least been blown in the wind, so we need to have rosy cheeks. Yeah. Exactly, a bit of... yeah. Just debating if I add freckles too. Keep forgetting to buy more paper for printouts. Yeah, that doesn't help. I have to get mine printed at, words about the print stuff. Blanking on the name. Okay, cute. I don't think you can see any of that, but trust me, it's cute. Right. I think we can move on to the top. So we're going to shade our purple top, and then we'll use some paint pens, and I think we'll use some glitter here too. I feel like we need glitter. Should probably do all the glitter at the end though. I can at least go over the top details. Do, 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 do. All this talk of Sims, and now I'm like, Sims. It's so bad. I played Sims till 1 AM last night until my back spasm settled down. And then I was like, oops, it's 1 AM. On the plus side, my back spasm settled down, so then I could go to bed. I could definitely see the blush added. Cheers, darling. Thank you. Yeah, I like her. I think she's cute. That's right. I was gonna message a cousin. Because I can type. Okay. Oh, you can sit there. That'll do. Why is it so chilly again? It's like, oh, there's no rain today, but we're gonna just make it chilly. So chilly. I finished my lunch, but my brain is going, you have nuts next to you. You should open up the Brazil nuts. Because they're there. Not hungry, it's just I haven't had a Brazil nut in so long. I'm not actually like a big nut person. I don't usually chomp on nuts. I don't like the feeling of them getting stuck in my teeth, but I do like Brazil nuts. Yeah, most nuts I'm like, meh, can do without. Maybe you need B12? Probably. I do take a B12 injection. Because my body just doesn't seem to absorb it. Brazil nuts also have selenium. And that's actually, like you get selenium from, you know, fruit and veg, but it's actually something that's really lacking in Kiwi soil. I think it's something to do with like the island nature and also the volcanic nature of our ground, but yeah, apparently our soil is really lacking in selenium, so yeah, I love a good Brazil nut. Sometimes I like pecans and walnuts. Yeah, walnuts are pretty good. I remember reading once that to know what organ the nuts you're eating are supporting, look at the shape of a nut, because Brazil nuts are meant to be good for your liver, and they do kind of look like a liver, and walnuts are good for your brain, and they do kind of look like your brain. I can't remember if it works for everything though, but I do find it funny. Pecans aren't actually a big thing here. They're quite hard to find. I do like macadamia nuts. They're really yummy. I do love pecan pie, but only when there are lots of pecans. Yeah, pecan pie looks really tasty. Like the fact that it is basically like a caramel treacle and nuts. Like I can get behind that. Like a caramel nut pie sounds delicious. Yeah, I never buy macadamia nuts. I did have some macadamia nuts recently. They were covered in chocolate because my brother and sister-in-law went to Hawaii. That was one of the things they brought back, was these chocolate covered macadamia nuts from Hawaii. They were quite lovely. Yeah, it's a treacle tart with nuts in it. Yeah, it looks yummy, but it's just not a thing here. There is like a Americanized diner that may sell it, but I can't remember. I know they sell pumpkin pie. I don't go there though because the portions are just insane, and like you don't need that much food. You don't need that much food. I got that matchstick mouse page, so I'm ready whenever I remember to buy paper. Yeah. Here's some really fabulous stuff on Morgan O'Brien's Ko-fi. There's a reason why whenever someone's like asking where do I start, I send them to Morgan O'Brien. Which I'm like, start here, you can get a bunch for free, you enjoy them, buy some, or flick them some money via Ko-fi. But you can try it out for free, you can figure out if you like it or not. If you like it's too simple, you know you need more detail, and you go from there. If you like it's too detailed, you know you need more of the cozy, cute, simple books. But I think it's a good step up, which is usually the question I get, is like, where do I go if I want to step up from the cute and cozy books? I'm like, Morgan O'Brien. It's just an easy place to point to in these freebies, so it's a lot of people can try it. We don't have treacle, so it's American corn syrup tart. Oh no. Yeah, Gabby Wolf is another cute one. I love Gabby Wolf. I have so many mini manias to colour in now. Treacle, like, I find it interesting that a lot of like treacle something, but golden syrup, I wish that was more common for a lot of y'all, because golden syrup is amazing. It is like treacle. It is basically like a caramel corn syrup, but it's not corn syrup, it's sugar. It's a glucose syrup that's been caramelized, so it is delicious. We used to get crumpets and just put it directly on crumpets, but in baking, like anything that uses like a glucose syrup, you put that in, you get this gorgeous caramel flavor. It's so good. But yeah, I was really shocked when I learned that it's not a thing anywhere else. Like, it's such a staple of my childhood and baking. Yeah, so it's made by refining cane sugar into and inverting it, so breaking down the sucralose, fructose, and glucose. So it's basically like a it's a glucose syrup, but it's caramelized in a way, and it looks sort of like honey. So this is sort of like the coloring of it here. Oops, I need to bring you guys across a bit more. So yeah, gorgeous coloring, and it makes like so much caramelization when you add it to stuff for baking. It's so yum. Yeah. But yeah, that's like, when I learned that that's not a thing, I was like, oh my god. But yeah, so it's such an association for me for childhood baking. Because it's what we use to make hokey pokey. Which honeycomb is a similar thing. But yeah, we use that to make honeycomb. Sorry, my mind just blanked on words there. Etheline, kia ora. I have the Any Day from Colouring Heaven. Found a lot of colouring artists I love from them and brought the book. Yeah, Colouring Heaven is great for discovering new artists. I've discovered so many artists for Colouring Heaven. I wish I could still get them locally. Unfortunately, the one place I could get them closed down because they've got their 10-year anniversary special out at the moment. I'm like, oh, I want to. There's so many good illustrators in it too. But I'm not. I don't want to pay for a subscription because there's been so many issues lately where I'm like, and I don't want to buy individual issues. So sometimes I'll buy a digital issue. If I like it, I'll buy a digital one. But yeah. I've ordered seed syrup and it is amazing. I brought it for a special recipe. I'm like, yeah, it's a very UK thing as well. Again, with New Zealand, we are very UK. A lot of our stuff starts off with UK influence because, you know, we are part of the, I don't know, we have the Union Jack on our flag for a reason, whatever that word is. Sorry, I am like mind blanking words here now. Right, it's just like poof, nope. Same in the Oz. Yeah. The Commonwealth. Thank you, Rebecca. The word was there. And it was just not coming forward. It was like right there. They now have pocket editions. Oh my god, the pocket editions are what I want, Atherley. They are so cute. I want those pocket editions, but again, I'm not paying for them to come all the way from UK, and I have nowhere locally that I can buy them anymore. So yeah, if I could still get them locally, I would get them. But nah, I'm not paying for them for the UK, and I haven't put any of them online as a digital download yet. So yeah, it's okay. Gotta put washing on too? Yes, washing check. Does anyone else need to go and do washing while we're all doing the washing? I cannot do the washing because that involves bending down. And I'm not allowed to bend. Well, I'm allowed to bend. I'm not really meant to bend. It's also a lot of lifting. And that's a really big thing. I'm not allowed to lift. I did, however, not take my meds when I was meant to take my meds before. We'll be back in 2 ticks. I'm going to go and get some meds. Oh! This is the beads that I forgot. I hate this one. It's not bad. I've got worse beads that I take, but this one's essential, supposedly. I have to take this one for the full 6 weeks post-op. Sweet. Blech. Ugh, so sweet. So sweet. Talking about sweet syrups. Yeah. It's the middle of the night there. Yours is in the dryer. Good job, double A. It's past 1 AM here. For those of you that are in the middle of the night, it's quite understandable you don't have washing to do. Taste out. Ugh. Right, now I've taken the meds that I was meant to take earlier that I forgot to take. Those are the not fun ones because I don't enjoy taking, well, I don't enjoy taking any meds, but I really don't enjoy taking those ones because they're so sweet. And I have to do that twice a day for the next 6 weeks. Ugh. That one is because, as I was saying, with the surgery, barely feeling a thing. Like, honest to God, most of the time it's like I haven't even had surgery. The only time is when I use the core muscles, which is lifting, which I haven't done because I'm not meant to, so I haven't lifted anything. Standing up and sitting down, you feel it a little bit because you use your core muscles to stand up and sit down. Bathroom activities uses core muscles and uses a lot of core muscles around where they've done surgery, so that one hurts a lot. So that is a let's keep things nice and soft and easy in the bathroom med. And I have to take it for 6 weeks. Yeah. Realities of surgery. But it really just tastes like a sweet syrup, and I don't like it. My apartment is so small I can hear the buzzer everywhere. Oh, that's handy. When I lived in my apartment, my washing room, like my little laundry, was down the hallway, so I would always forget about it because it was like out of my apartment. Night, Yana. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll catch you again. At this stage, I'm planning to go back to the regular schedule. So Tuesday, Fridays, Sundays. I mean, there may be caveats if, you know, things change and suddenly, nah, but that's right. I think we'll be all good. So, yeah. I'd rather a sweet meat than bitter. Yeah. I'm just glad it doesn't taste like artificial banana, because I can't stand artificial banana. That being said, if it was absolutely horrendous, I could actually go back up to the pharmacy and say, look, is there another brand that's like flavorless, or, you know, they might be able to swap it for something else, or even pills. I never forget, one time I had strep throat, and I went into that pharmacy with a script, and the doctor had prescribed me like a bunch of antibiotics, a bunch of like pain meds and other stuff, because I had a really bad case of strep throat. And so I went into there, and the pharmacist said, all right, and just confirmed, like went to confirm my details, and I tried to talk, and he just took one look at me and he goes, oh wow, we're really bad, aren't we? And I was just like, and he's like, would you like me to do all your meds in liquid form so that it's instead of you having to take a bunch of pills? And I was just like, so yeah, he put everything in the liquid form for me. It was so good. Because most of the time I'm fine, but yeah, I was having difficulty swallowing because of the strep, so he's like, nah, we're going to do everything liquid for you. They're really lovely up there like that. Yeah. I live in a house that hums, so it helps me sleep sometimes. White noise, yeah. I still get liquid because I do struggle with pills unless they're small. That's valid. But apps get you down, get the liquid. Like, nothing wrong with it. I'm very used to pills. I'm used to, like, chugging down 18 pills. So I'm just like, it's fine. Give me pills. Yeah, I used to, for a while there, I had to take 18 pills in the morning. I'm very, very glad I managed to cut everything right down. Be like, nah, let's... Because I was like, this is too many freaking pills. I still feel like I take too many meds, but once we're a bit more healed from this, I'm going back to the doctor and going, cool, now that we've had this out, can we get this out of my pill regimen, please? Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. That was before I was on my injection, because my injection meant that I got to remove 12 pills from my daily routine. So I was very, very glad to do that, because we got rid of quite a bit of stuff in swapping to the injection. And then I also swapped to vitamins being injections, because I just don't feel like I absorb vitamins through my stomach a lot. Even taking a daily supplement, I was struggling to get these vitamins, but when we switched to injections, I suddenly got a lot, like they were sticking in my system. I was like, I just feel like these don't absorb, so that's why I do iron infusions, and then I take a 3 monthly B12 folate injection. Yeah, I haven't had any issues with those two since we switched to doing those injections. I used to have issues all the time with them when I just had supplements, so that got rid of a few more. Yeah, no, I used to take a lot of, because I was on a lot of pain meds, and I still am on a lot of pain meds, but I also... there was these different anti-inflammatories and then different things for my immune system, and just a lot of stuff for my immune system to try and calm that down. So So yeah, once we, I knew I had to take, like, I had to take one pill. I had to take 8 of them a day. So I had to take 2 of them at a time, 4 times a day. So that was, you know, 2 of the breakfast morning ones. So that one entirely went, and it was sort of like an immune one as well, to calm down the immune system. But yeah, I had a feeling. I was like, I know how my body reacts to a lot of pills, so I don't think this is going to do anything. And I was right. As soon as we switched the injection, things were much better. So yeah. Yeah, it is really interesting, and it's also why it's worthwhile, like, being an advocate for yourself. Like, if you know something's not working, you have to sort of stand up for that, and it can be really hard. I'm lucky I have found a doctor who does listen and respects what I'm saying and knows that I know my body, so I can go to my GP and say things like, hey, I don't think these B12 folate supplements are going to help me. Yeah, because I used to be on an iron supplement, and I had to take a vitamin C with the iron to help the iron absorb. So when we switched to iron infusions, we got rid of 2 that way, because it wasn't just the iron, but we also got rid of the vitamin C that went with the iron. So there were things like that. Like, once I could switch to something that worked better, it was like we got to remove stuff. So yeah, and she's like, cool, I know your history. I can see in your history you've had a lot of issues with it. Just do, you know, 2 months of it. I'll test you in 2 months. I'll test you in 3 months. You know, just do one more thing. So I've got, like, here's the prescription. Here's when you were doing it, just to show. And so I did. And yeah, at the end of 3 months, I hadn't increased at all. And she's like, yeah, no, you're definitely not absorbing it. So let's switch you over. Yeah. It's the insurance thing is just not cool. Yeah. I mean, we're still stuck on what the government chooses to fund, so, you know, you still gotta get things that are funded. But yeah, here it's like, well, the doctors ordered it, so you obviously need it. Like my injection that I take is a very expensive injection. I take this injection every 10 days, although I'm not on it on the moment. I'm not allowed to take it at the moment. I've got 5 more weeks before I can take it again. Counting down. But this injection, I believe it's now up to about $3,500 an injection. It's nearing $4,000 an injection. And I take this injection every 10 days. So I take 3 a month, so it's 12 grand a month that my injections cost the government. I get them fully funded. But to get that fully funded, yeah, my injections are very expensive. To get my injections approved, it's not something a GP can order. I had to go to a specialist, which was my rheumatologist, and that is why I went on to 18 pills, because I had to do the whole regimen and show that pills didn't work for 6 months before I could go on this injection. So for 6 months I had 18 pills in the morning. I think I had like 15 pills at night, and I had about 12 pills at lunchtime, because I had to do a whole bunch of things just to prove it. And I knew going into it, because like I was already on some of these pills already for pain management, and I was like, this isn't going to do anything. But we had to do it to prove. And then, pardon me, at the end of 6 months, went back to the rheumatologist. I was like, yeah, as I said, it's not doing anything. We're still flaring. We're still all over the place. And he's like, yeah, cool, and signed me off. So because he signed me off for it, I got the approval. And then the reason why it's expensive, it's a TNF inhibitor, which is a medication that's designed to calm down your immune system. It is a mild chemo drug. So it's designed, most people, if they take this injection, they only take it every 14 days. I had to be up to every 10 days to make it a little bit more effective. And then it is what's called a biologic. So they actually have to take it from biological material, which is why it's so expensive to make. So that's why every injection is nearly $4 grand now. And then about a year after being it wasn't even a year, I think it was actually only 6 months that I was on this injection, there is a non-biologic TNF inhibitor that the government approved. And so everybody that was on the biological TNF inhibitor got moved to the non-biological TNF inhibitor. And so we all had to do it, no questions asked. We all got moved onto it. It was meant to be exemptions if you got uveitis, which is an inflamed eye. I, for some reason, was still made to switch over anyway. But it was within, again, we had to do 6 months on the non-biological one, and then if we were flaring back up, they would switch us back to the biological one. And I flared up again, so I had to switch back. And then I've been on that one ever since. So, yeah. And again, it's because a doctor signed it off. Even though the government wanted us to switch, we were allowed to switch back if the doctor signed us off. But yeah. Sunscreen Burger. Hello, hello. Yeah. It's, yeah, it is. I am very grateful for the fact that I don't pay, well, I pay $5 for my injection, and I don't even pay that because I'm a government beneficiary. Yeah, it is a fully funded medication. I may, some people that don't get the beneficiary discount pay $5 every 3 months for this injection. So it's a very, very lucky thing, and yeah, I am very grateful to be in a system that, yes, these systems can take a while to get seen. It can take a while to see a specialist. Like, you know, I was waiting a long time for the op for my endometriosis. It took a long time to get to see a specialist, but none of this cost me anything. Completely free, completely funded. So, yeah. I wondered if it was. I had a sneaking suspicion that it was you, Han. And I was like, is it? I'm pretty sure it is. Everyone, Sunscreen Burger is my literal cousin. So everyone say hi to my cousin. As I said, it's another family member visiting us on stream because my family members hang out in my stream. Also, my cousin is the reason why we started playing Sims again. So, yeah, we were discussing quite a few different Sims and Sims packs and stuff like that. Yeah, it's Kiwi cousin. To go with Kiwi mum and Kiwi aunt. And Kiwi brother. How are your Sims going? I didn't get, I haven't had a chance to message you, but the little video I sent you last night about the 2 characters, one of them might have had an accident and died. we might have lost one. It's okay. It's okay. I'm currently making my Sims kitchen green, and it's low-key a vibe. Oh, love. I love the rainbow shell challenges as well, when you get like those crazy shells and you have to make each room one color, and oh, there's some really fun creative challenges out there. Yeah. But yeah, as I said, I think I'm going to start up a bit of a legacy challenge. I might, because the Sim is pregnant and they'll have a kid, I might start the legacy challenge with that kid, like Gen 1. I just have to figure out which legacy challenge I want to go for. Ooh. Hello, Wumble Bumblebee. Hello, hello. Kia ora. Welcome in, Raiders. I can type at Wumble Bumblebee. We like the name Wumble Bumblebee. If you haven't clicked by the fact that every time Wumble Bumblebee is in here, we say Wumble Bumblebee in the fullest because it's one of the funnest names on Twitch to say. They are also a gorgeous gouache painter, and they do some beautiful arts here on Twitch. And if you need a chill space to go and hang out and vibe in, fully recommend. But welcome in, Raiders. If you're new here, kia ora. My name is Amy. I am a colourist based in Aotearoa, New Zealand. I colour in adult colouring books, and we just have chill, happy spaces, and we just vibe and hang. I am technically 1 week post-op, and so we're feeling absolutely fabulous. And right now, a big discussion of the day has been The Sims 4. So if you play The Sims 4, you've got any characters you want to talk about, any memories about Sims 4, feel free to join in and chat with us, because yeah, all about Sims 4 today. We are also a witch, so obviously had to come here tonight. Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, we're colouring this little gorgeous little witch girl. Her name's Mary. This whole book is about her and her journey through the magical lands of Lauramia, which is, she's like studying to be an artist, but she's also discovering all the magic. So there's lots of like magic-y, witchy vibes, but also lots of painty vibes, and it's just so cute. Love, love, love. This book's all in Japanese, so I can't read everything, but super, super cute. Right. I get attached to my Sims. I don't want them to die. No. It happens. Sunscreen Burger. It does add to the story, because, like, one died by a Murphy bed accident, which was, like, not my plan. I was not planning for them to die, because one of them had just gotten pregnant. So, you know, like, she lost her wife, and now she's all alone, pregnant, without her wife. But it just adds to a great story. When I used to play, I used to love building huge houses for The Sims. I used to love building huge houses. I'm now really into building tiny houses. It's fun to see how much you can cram into a tiny space. I quite like making small houses for them now. She's shut the front door. She's an artist and a witch. I know, right? The perfect storybook. Yes, her name's Mary, and this is her crow, which I accidentally coloured in blue before I clicked it was a crow, but it can be a blue crow. I feel like I've been over simming. I might actually pick up my pencils and join the colouring buzz. Join us. There's a few people that colour along while I colour, so there's a few people that video game while I colour, and there's a few people that just put me in the background while I colour. I don't think I've ever killed a Sim. I've had a lot of Sims die. I think the worst one was I had another one where I was trying a legacy challenge, and it was literally like Gen 1 and Gen 2. So I had Gen 1 and I had the kid of Gen 2, and per the story, like, the partners had died or whatever, so it was just the mum and the kid per the story. And then something happened and I missed it, and the mum that was left died. And so there was a kid on its own, which you can't have a household with a kid on its own, so the kid went out to the world before I could even click it. And I was like, no, my whole challenge! And I hadn't saved in like 6 or 8 hours, so I was like, I couldn't even go back and reload it. And I was just like, nah, goodbye. I think it was the first and last time I tried a generation challenge for a long time. I only have Sims Mobile, as my sister stole my Sims 4. Oh no. At least Sims 4 is free on computer, but Sims Mobile can be good as well. Don't have this colouring book, so I'm on to Kirby Dark Fairy Tale. Kirby's Dark Fairy Tale is an excellent book anyway. Yeah. Has the poor kitty gotten used to not being able to bend down and pick them up? No, Shadow is still very, very, very not happy about it. So he wanted treats before, he wanted to come up before, and he would not. He can jump up here by himself, but he wouldn't do it. So I fed him some treats on the floor, which he didn't even finish, by the way. Rude. And then there's been a couple of times where, like, when the first few days when I was in bed a lot, he would jump up onto the bed to come and join me into the bed. And he would try to climb on my stomach. He was very insistent to trying to jump on my stomach. And if I was awake, I'd be like, no, no, no. And then he would settle beside me. But there was a couple times where I was dozing and I woke up because I was having like sharp stomach pains, and I woke up and Shadow was on my stomach and I'd have to like kick him off. So we've managed to solve that though, because he was on my stomach, he was clawing away at a blanket hoodie, and he's actually clawed it so much he's created little bald spotches and holes. So I took that blanket hoodie and shoved it on the couch, and now he's claimed it as his bed. So he's been leaving us alone ever since I did that. He spent all day there yesterday, and he was there all this morning till he decided to come in and have some treats. Yeah, you can, but by the time I had clicked that, they'd gone out to the world, and I was like, I think I was just really upset as well because I didn't want the mum to die. Like, I've been working hard to make her almost like the perfect mum, and she was almost max skills and everything, and she had all these different things that she had done, and then she just went like that. It's like rude, but that was also the way it kind of works sometimes with the stories. I think that was what was happening, so it was okay. That was like on an old save on my old PC, so yeah. But yeah, as I said, it's the mum that I'm playing now that just lost her wife, that's pregnant. It's like, well, you can just be, she's a mermaid as well, so she'll have a baby. I might try and make it that the baby isn't a mermaid. And then, like, as she gets a bit older, she's going to move away. And maybe I'll start some sort of legacy challenge or generational challenge, as I said. Something from that. Haven't decided what. As we were talking about before, I was watching some about the hot tea one, and then I was just looking at the berry veggie challenge. She's, of course, the very classic not so berry challenge. There's a lot of interesting generational challenges. A return into with a head full of soda pop in your idol, and this combo does even do without context. Smalt. Oh, did you enjoy K-pop Demon Hunters? I really do want to see it. I've been watching the music videos and listening to the soundtrack because it looks really good, so yeah. But I just don't have Netflix right now. And it's not in the budget to get it anytime soon. Because again, with surgery, we're taking unpaid leave for a while. So, yeah. Which crayons are you using? I am using Prismacolor at the moment. I use some Albrecht Durers and a little bit of Inktense to base. And I used a clear alcohol marker to activate the Albrecht Durers. So there's a watercolor base, and then I'm using Prismacolors to shade on top. There's also a bunch of paint pen. A lot of this background's done in paint pen. So yeah, there's paint pen to pull out details. Kitties want to be there with their favourite person. Yeah. He's definitely like feeling it because he can't get his usual cuddles and snuggles. He usually, like, one of his things to do is actually rest his head on my shoulder and like have his body here and go to sleep like that, and he'll do that a lot while I'm here. So he's not getting like that physical company because I can't bring him in. Yeah. Last time I watched an Octomum challenge using a mod to have 8 toddlers. Oh yes. The 100 baby challenge, where it is to try and get through 100 kids. Absolutely insane. And people that have the mods so they can have like triplets and quads and like all the babies at once. Oh. I'm contemplating Prismas myself. The chromos are quite hard to use. Prismas are beautiful for smushy blending. Really. Like, they are great for bringing multiple colors together. You can't layer them to build as rich, deep colors as I like, which is where I like polychromos, because I can layer 8, 10, 12, 15 layers, whereas I can usually get about 3 or 4 with prismas. But prismas, you can bring odd colors to shade together, and sometimes that smushy blending is just the blending that you want to do. But yeah, I don't always use prismas, but I don't regret prismas at all. And there's a reason why prismas are so popular. My only complaint is K-pop Demon Hunter should have been a full 24 episode series with a beach episode. Yeah, considering how popular it is, it's probably going to get a sequel. Like, we'll get more. I can only see it getting more. I've watched it about 4 times and that's just today. I have a kid who loves it too. Yeah. Yeah, I have no doubt I'll love it. I just don't have access to it right now, and that's okay. I'll get there eventually. You do want a softer hand because they're pretty fragile. Yeah. It's like all pencils. There's pros and cons to each pencil, so just gotta find how it works best for you. Think I need to bust out my mini heater. I'm so cold. No, that's why we have blanket hoodies. Blanket hoodie. Then you can... I feel like a squirrel when I'm eating these, especially with my hoodie up. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm squirreling in. Why Brazil nuts for yummy? Winter? Hello, Melissa. Hello, hello. Don't worry, hun. You're here now, and that's the perfect time. I technically started late. I wasn't even going to stream today, and I was like, nah, I'm going to stream. So what have you missed? Lots of Sims 4 talk, which we're still talking about, which might be the context you needed for the conversation you walked in on. We finished all the basing, we're building up the details. Shadow came to visit us and got very upset with me that I wouldn't lift him onto the desk. Had some breakfast. Yeah, not a lot. Not a lot. Now we're just sneaking. 100 baby challenge you raise. Yeah, so the point of the 100 baby challenge is to have 100 babies. So you start off with a young adult sim who can get pregnant. And the point is that they then go and get pregnant, but each time they get pregnant, it must be with a different sim. The point is to have 100 babies. So you want to try and as quickly as possible get the thing that makes you fertile, so you can have like twins and triplets and as many babies in one hit as possible. You're not allowed to work. Your whole thing is raising kids. And kids can only be aged up when they hit certain markers. Like a child has to get an A in skill and have one skill like maxed out. Like toddlers can only be aged up into children when they're potty trained and they reach certain skill levels. And so because of the limit of the household, you can't have more kids until kids are kicked out and stuff like that. and then you're on like a normal age cycle, but at a certain point, like your sim may age out of being able to have babies before you reach 100. So if it reaches that point where the sim is going to age out, the youngest sim that can get pregnant is the next generation that carries on. So most people end up doing it in about 2 to 3 generations. But yeah, it's basically you become a baby factory, and it's a great challenge, especially if you hate babies in The Sims, because you are just so much noise. Yeah, it's absolute chaos, like 8 babies at once, basically, consistently. Yeah, so I thought about doing that one too, especially now that I've got the parenthood mod as well, so raising babies is even more complicated. Yeah. Poor Shadow denied the uppies. Unfortunately, yes, he has to be denied the uppies. Who's not allowed the uppies? He's been a little shite lately and trying to sleep on my stomach consistently. But yeah, since I put the blanket hoodie down for him that he's now claimed in his bed, not so bad. He's outside now. He's probably waiting to come back in, actually, to be perfectly honest, but he'll be okay. Yeah, I'm doing fabulous, Winter. They had me estimated to be in hospital for 2 nights, but basically the very next morning they're like, you can go home. You're doing great. Yeah, I was up and out pretty quickly, and honest to God, like, it doesn't even feel like I've had surgery. There are certain moments when I do, which is if I tried to lift anything. I'm not lifting anything, but if I tried to lift something, I'd feel it. Standing up and sitting down, because it uses your core muscles. Bathroom activities uses your core muscles. So those are the only times where I'm like, oh yeah, I've had a bit of surgery. But genuinely speaking, my back hurts more. That I threw out my back yesterday because I've had to rest in bed. Because everyone was like, you need to rest in bed, you need to rest in bed. I was like, no, I need to go for a walk. No, you need to rest in bed. No, I need to go for a walk. Oh crap, my back's gone out because I haven't gone for a walk. So I went for a walk this morning at normal stream starting time because I wasn't going to stream today. I went for a walk and then I came back and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to stream. I said to Mum, I think I'm going to stream. Like, I'm just going to sit there and colour. So I think I might stream. She's like, okay. He knows you're hurt there and wants to have cat purrs can stimulate healing. Yeah. Well, I think he thinks that either it's warm because it's healing, so it's warmer down there than usual, or he thinks he's warm and he's acting like a heat pack to help with healing. So those are my feelings on what he thinks they are, but also cats have innate sense and they like to protect, so maybe he thinks he's protecting by lying on it. But yeah, the amount of times, like, there's been a couple of times I've been lying in bed and he's climbed up onto the bed and tried to get on my stomach, and then it's like, nope, off my stomach. And then there have been other times when I've dozed off and I've woken up because I've had sharp pain. I've woken up to realize Shadow's on my stomach and I've had to kick him off my stomach because it's like, no, you don't be here. So yeah, he's very, like, not happy that he can't just chill on my stomach when he wants to chill on my stomach. It's like, it's not for you. But yeah, we're doing really, really well. So we're just waiting on the results, obviously. And the other big thing that is going to be a factor is because now we're about 3 weeks without my injection, and I've still got another 5 weeks to go without my injection. So yeah, it's trying to make sure that like my immune system doesn't get overworked and flares up and causes me to flare up or anything. If I start flaring really badly though, I can contact my GP and just get some prednisone as a temporary solution just until I can take my injection again. That's going to be the hardest thing now, is that my body will be, if my immune system decides to go into overdrive, then we're going to start flaring. But we're doing all right now. We're sore, we're stiff, but really good. The funny thing is, so after the op, when they got me out to get walking for the first time, I warned the nurse, and I was like, be prepared, I'm going to sound like rice bubbles. And she's like, what? And I'm like, I'm about to snap, crackle, and pop. And then they got me up out of the bed, and as soon as I stood up, it was like crunch, 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 pop, pop, pop. And then I took a step, and it was like pop, pop, pop. And the nurse was just cracking up laughing. She's like, you're not kidding about the rice bubbles. I was like, nope. Every step was just pop, crunch, as my bones moved. And there was a girl in the bed next to me, and she was just cracking up laughing as well. She's like, my God, you're noisy in your bones. I was like, yeah, well, I haven't moved since 8 o'clock this morning, so this is what my bones sound like, and this is what I'm going to sound like tomorrow too, when we wake up and I get moving. Because I was in a 4-person hospital room as well, so there was 4 of us in the room, which was lovely. There was another young girl about my age next to me who was also arty and into books and into a lot of the same things, and also in for a very similar condition. So we were having a really good chat about a lot of stuff. And then across from us was this sweet older lady who was hard of hearing, but she was really lovely. So we were chatting away about lots of stuff and keeping ourselves entertained. Yeah. Gotta go to bed, be happy. All good, Wumble Bumblebee. Thank you so much for the raid. Go get some good sleep. Nate, kia ora. Welcome in. Special level, snap, crackle, pop. Yeah. What's the best way to describe what I sound like when I first get up in the morning is rice bubbles. Like, legit, I move and my body is just crack, crack, crack. It's just air in my joints popping and my joints popping and just, yeah, rice bubbles. I sound like rice bubbles. Hopefully, because the immune system, in fact, has a job, want it to be doing it, won't attack what you don't want it to be attacking. That's the hope. That's the hope. Okay, I think our little broom is looking alright. In the States, you call them Rice Krispies? Ah, that's right. Because you have Rice Krispie treats, which we call Rice Bubble Slice. Although ours is usually made with honey, not marshmallows. But yeah, we have Rice Bubble Slice. Gosh, I haven't made rice bubble slice in a long time, and I have some rice bubbles to use up. I should make some. It's pretty straightforward, and it's really tasty. I mean, it's a lot of sweetness because it's honey, but I think we have some honey to use up too. What else does rice bubble slice need? I'm sure Mum will be so happy with me if I come out and she could go, oh, by the way, I'm going to do some cooking. Butter, sugar, honey. Oh yeah. Definitely have butter, we definitely have sugar, and we definitely have honey. I wonder if you can do it in the microwave. I would imagine so, because it's just boil the stuff together. We have Rice Krispie squares. Ah. Yeah, and that's the one that you make with marshmallows, right? Yeah, so we use butter, sugar, and honey for ours. Rice crisps and crispy rice are the generic terms of them too. Yeah, I think we might have some, like, rice bubbles is the actual name, but I feel like there is a knockoff name as well. Yeah, because Kellogg's here call them rice bubbles. Yeah, rice puffs is the knockoff, is one of the knockoff names for them. Let's pull out the supermarket. Let's go check out New Zealand supermarkets again. Alright. This is something we do regularly too. Can I have some? Of course you can. Of course you can. Rice bubbles. Yeah, Riceys, rice snaps. LCMs are like your Rice Krispie things. But Sanitarium are calling them Riceys now. They used to call them rice bubbles. So I wonder when they changed it. I never noticed that they renamed them. Microwave the butter and marshmallows, so easy to make. It sounds easy to make, but marshmallows isn't something I keep consistently in the cupboard, whereas honey, butter, and sugar are something that are consistently kept in the cupboard here. So honey, the rice bubble slice, easy to make. Yeah, rice snaps. It's the exact same thing. But yeah, they used to be called rice bubbles here, so I don't know when they changed it to Riceys. That's interesting. Huh. Things you learn. Always end up back at the supermarket, right? Ricey sounds wrong. I mean, it's the same thing, but yeah. Go back to rice bubbles. Yeah, they'll always be rice bubbles to me. They will always be rice bubbles to me. Where's cereals? Breakfast cereals. Yeah, so this is cornflakes, which is like your Frosted Flakes, but without the actual frosted, without the sugar coating. It's literally Frosted Flakes without the sugar coating. But it always cracks me up that cornflakes, which are now called Skippy, when did they rename them? They're cornflakes. I know that they always put the Australian, like, you know, it's made in New Zealand, but it's got the Australian thing on it, which I always thought was weird. But now they just say Skippy. They're cornflakes. Here's your classic old wheat bix. You gotta have your wheat bix. Yeah, so these cornflakes. See, look, even the budget ones are cornflakes. I've heard Aussie stayed Riceys. That could be why. It could be all manufactured over in Aussie now, so yeah. A lot of it is now manufactured over in Australia and sent to Australia and New Zealand, so it's very, very possible. Yeah. We don't have a lot of very sugary cereals. Like, Cocoa Pops is about the most sugary that you get, and even ours is significantly reduced in sugar compared to, like, American cereals. So, and our Fruit Loops are so not sweet. Because it might look like regular Fruit Loops, but they're manufactured to New Zealand standards. So, yeah, they're very not sweet and flavored. They're not the same as American Fruit Loops. Mm. Mm. Can't have a proper stream with a grocery store streak. Yeah. Frosted Flakes are so good. Do you not? No, I don't think we do. Like, maybe the Crunchy Nut would be the closest. Yeah. Yeah, so even though, like, we may have some of those same cereals, it's the same thing as, like, I think we've talked about before, Doritos, how they're manufactured either here or in Australia and they follow different food grades, and because of the food grade rules, like, they taste very different. There's a huge difference between American Doritos and New Zealand Doritos, and it's the same with a lot of stuff like that. Even Canadian Fruit Loops are less sugary than USA. You can see the difference in artificial colouring. Yeah, and it's the different food laws and food regulations, which is kind of fascinating. Okay. Oh yeah, I don't usually eat a lot of cereal, to be perfectly honest. I'm not a big cereal person. I don't know. I'm not a sweet breakfast person. Like, I'd rather do savoury breakfast. But I also grew up on, like, Marmite toast for breakfast, so, you know. I love a good piece of Marmite toast. And I know that would horrify a lot of people. At the end of the day, though, the rule is bed is best. So as long as you're eating something, that's all we say. Bed is best. So if eating cereal is what makes you happy and makes you eat, awesome. If it's not eating cereal, awesome. Bed is best. Oh, excuse me. Yawn. Alright, a little pattern on the top. And then I'm gonna get some ivory. I'm gonna just dot that around the sleeve like it's a little lace trim. A little cute lace trim on the collar. And we'll do a little one around the bottom of the top as well, because why not? Yeah. And then I wanted gold. You might be coppery gold. You're yellow gold. We'll stick with yellow gold. We've done lots of yellows on here. And I want this to go over this thingamabob here. I love these super golden markers. Yeah, so deliciously metallic. Then we're going to also give her some golden laces just to keep that gold sort of tied in. Let's bring some gold into her shoes. Colouring, yeah. Alright, now we got our little pink puffball. What are we going to do for the pink puffball? Like, I feel like glitter. I feel like it needs to be glittery. And I think it needs to be like really bright pink. I want a white. I want a white. Where's a white? Give me a white. You're a grey. You're a chunky white. Too big of a white. Brushed white. You may work. So normally I would be like doing all the mountain and stuff first, but I'm not actually going to do the mountain in the jar just to make it like really clear. In fact, I could use some clear glaze over it too. That might be quite cute. But we'll start by I know there's pink in here. I haven't used it yet. But let's use a little bit of this. Found something to colour? Excellent. All the people colouring. What are we colouring? Shouldn't be using my teeth. It's bad to use teeth. What are we colouring? Exactly. You just exactly. Wouldn't it? Exactly, double A. It's just what you eat is what you eat. This is what I'm currently eating. They're really good. They're really good because they don't, like, a lot of these, like, these ball type things, they taste really, like, chocolatey, or, you know, they have cocoa in them. These ones are actually apple, so they have apple puree and then freeze-dried apple, and they taste like apple gummies. So I like them because they taste like apple gummies. And they're yum. I don't need them. I'm not hungry. I'm still full from lunch. I'm just snacking because they're here. Beauty Spellbound Cloudy Scenes. It's such a cute one. I'm seeing some lovely pages come out of that. Oh my goodness, it's 1:15. Time flies. Come on, pen. You're almost all the way down. There we go. I do need to stand up, double A. I do. I love those things, like when they put dates in them. Yeah. Oh, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Oh, talking about things that use your core muscles. Oh. Little wiggle. Little wiggle. Okay. Oh. Sneezing. Do not recommend. Oh. Yeah. I don't recommend sneezing when you're post-hysterectomy. It's, like I'm already one of those people that when I sneeze, I tend to do such violent sneezes that it's like, I joke about them shaking my ovaries, my sneezes. Yeah. So I'm already someone who tends to sneeze quite violently. And then, yeah, you throw in post-hysterectomy and it's like, ooh. So do not recommend. Alright, that's what I want. 1720. And then we'll pull out the 700, which is our clear star glitter. There's all the stuff I usually do at the end, but hey, we're here. We're doing it now. So I'm going to take our darker pink glitter and I'll use that to create some little create some mess by the look of it. That's okay, it just kind of blends in with this one. It's cute. I can take that. Alright, I'll let that one dry down. Teasing and coughing, not recommended, pretty much. Alright, colour over all the little flowers. Actually, you know what else I'm going to do? Doesn't need it, but we're going to do it because I think it'll be cute. We're going to give her some glittery lip gloss. Yeah. Oh, fantastic perfection. I will check that out in a moment. I still feel like the hat's really plain. Like I feel like the hat needs something. But it's cute. Got a bit of sparkle. And then we'll let that dry down and then we'll go over that with glaze pen. Post-surgery sneeze, 0 out of 10. I remember spending 3 weeks just holding my head where my wisdom teeth were when I sneezed because I was afraid I'd rip my stitches. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember the first time I sneezed, I was sitting there going, ah. And Mum was like, that hurt. And I was like, yeah, it did. Yeah, it really did. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. It's so, like, colourful and pretty, too. Oh, I just closed Instagram. That's fine. Oh, this is what perfection was up to. Look at it. I love all the like little markings on it too. And also perfect for Pride Month. So glittery and rainbow. So pretty. It's so cute. So much glitter. Yes. Very, very, very much acceptable here. We do love our glitter. tub now makes it perfect holding the peel container as well. Okay, are you dried down yet? Not really. What can we add to the hat? We have glitter. We have shiny. We have a gold lavender, which is cute, but not really purpley. The silver doesn't really work on that, so it would have to be that no metallic, really. Or it's, of course, the plains, but I don't like either of those. They're quite silvery. What else have I got in here? Okay. I love these Kmart glitter brushes. They add a fun duochrome to everything. It's going to bring a little bit more warmth into the hat as well. Probably am going to need to order more of these brushes too before Kmart runs out of them. That's probably not really going to come up too well on camera, but there's a little bit of like a iridescent shine to it. Yeah. Oh, itchy nose. Itchy. Alright. Trying to prove my marker skill. See you later. Yes. Time to eat. Go do some washing. Oh, good. Sunscreen Burger. You have a wonderful rest of the afternoon. Thank you so much for popping in, hun. Oh. My nose is like itchy. Alright, somewhere around here I put the glaze ones there. Alright, so very, very carefully. Oof. Tiny little dots. Are you dry yet? Almost. Almost. Oh, I forgot I was gonna put. Forgot about the bird. Just gonna dot some on its wings so it's like little wing feathers that are slightly iridescent. East it's quick. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. I have unlocked jail doors because my sim is a detective. Time to make a sell if any sim pisses me off. I have handcuffs and I'm not afraid to use them. Okay. Itchy. Just deciding if I want anything on the like skirt itself. I feel like we need something. And I do have like some of these that I could glaze over it as well. I think that one's more teal. This one's more, yeah, I think this one. I think we'll just do a layer of this over it. Just so it's like, just a little bit more fabulous, you know? Just a little bit more sparkly and delicious, and probably still want to add in some more. So again, it now just has like a slight iridescent sheen to it, just like the hat. It's not really picking up too well, but it is there. It's like the clear glaze on the glass. It's not really picking up too well, but it is there. Things. I think the next thing we're up to is the mountains. I'm probably going to use it again. Oh, gotta be careful. A lot of those things are still drying. Okay, so now I have to shade this all in, create the illusion, There's some dimension on this hill slash mountains. Hope you're all doing well out there. Do, 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 do. We might try and finish this mountain, and then I think I might call it. I don't know, I'm feeling alright, but also kind of now want to go and play The Sims. I'm in the mood to go and play The Sims, and as I've said, I can't stream The Sims, unfortunately, because my PC won't handle it. But yeah, I'm kind of in the mood to go and play The Sims, so, and make a cup of coffee. Do also need to pop to the bathroom, but these are all insequential things that could be done on a break. But yeah, I kind of feel like going and playing The Sims. Especially since we've been talking about it so much. So we'll finish off this mountain. So we have one half done. Yeah, I might do the other half later on. Just because I'll have the colours out. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how motivated I am. I also kind of might need an app later on. Normally don't need an app if I'm not working, but I'm feeling a little bit today, so we might need an app. Make sure we get in between the little gold bars, even though we're not doing in the glass jar, because we want that to appear different. Want a clear definition between, like, this is jar and this is background. Do, 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 do. still got a bit of work to do on that, but it's a start. I think if we like do a bit better job of the shading and stuff like that, tie things in a bit better and a bit cleaner, it'll look a bit better too. But I think that's a good start for now. Yeah, difference between just a base and a little bit more shading. Still needs a bit more, but I ain't got the spoons for it right now. As I said, I think I want to have a little break and then make myself a cup of coffee, bathroom, and then go play The Sims. But yeah, it's been lovely. Me just making a mess everywhere. It's been lovely to catch up with y'all. And just, yeah. So you all know that I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. We're doing really well. And so yeah, we should be back on Tuesday regular stream time. If there's obviously some change in situation, I'll let you all know, but I think we'll be all good to carry on streaming. I'm back at work next week too, all going well, so yeah, should be back to regular old schedule, and we'll keep pottering away at this one, I reckon, and get this one finished off, and then we'll figure out the next thing to do. There's plenty that I want to colour, so yeah. Thank you so much for being here. All the araha to you all. I appreciate you all. Have fun. If you're looking for something to do, apparently K-Pop Demon Hunters is a good show to go watch. Remember, The Sims 4 is also free, so go play a free game. But yeah, do what makes you happy, look after yourself, and I'll see you all in the next stream. Bye! I don't have my button. There's my button.